Hello.
Hello, we would like to begin this with a little disclaimer. This project, Werewolf the Apocalypse 3.5th Edition, is a non-profit, fan-created endeavor dedicated to the appreciation and the celebration of the original intellectual property, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and by extension, World of Darkness. This fan project is not intended for commercial purposes and will never be sold for monetary gain. Werewolf the Apocalypse and all related trademarks, copyrights, and intellectual property rights are the property of their respective owners, this being Onyx Path and Renegade Studios, which may include other individuals, other companies, or other entities, not including us. This fan project is not affiliated with, or endorsed by, or authorized by the rights holders of Werewolf the Apocalypse or any associated intellectual property. The content, materials, and concepts presented within this fan project are derived from the creator's admiration of this original work and our desire to contribute to the fan community. No intention of copyright infringement or misappropriation is intended. All fictitious events using real-life people or companies in this project are fictitious only, not to be taken seriously as indictments or accusations. By engaging with this project, you acknowledge this is purely a work of passion and creativity, and you understand that any elements borrowed from the original Werewolf the Apocalypse are used with the utmost respect and reverence for the original creators and rights holders. This disclaimer serves as a clear declaration for our non-commercial intentions and recognizes the rightful ownership of Werewolf the Apocalypse by the appropriate entities. We encourage any and all enthusiasts of the original property to support the official releases and products offered by the rightful owners. Thank you for understanding the nature of this fan project and for joining us in the celebration of this captivating World of Darkness. Now, with that said, booyah! We set out and we made something. We did it.
Yes.
We did it.
Today is a red letter day, Mr. Freeman.
I'm gonna say only one thing, sorry for interruption, but
tell it.
You lied because it would have to, start tomorrow, but you made today. So yeah. You have to admit that you lied.
Yeah,
and you made it faster.
Going to release this, so to you it's the 29th. To us it's the 28th and going to be the 29th.
Ah, right.
I set Eastern time, bro.
Yeah, I set that release date on the 30th, and for the 30th, that is when I'm going to go to X to let it be known that, yes, we made this. It's done. It's ready for anyone who wants it to get a piece of it. If you want a piece of this book, come join our Discord server. It's in the description. Anyone can join. We just need you to have a valid Roll20 profile that I will message. You message me back on Roll20. I bring you into the server. That's how you get a copy of this.
Yep.
And if you want that werewolf ass, you need to go to Twitter.
You want a piece of it, you gotta go through us for it. And I'm thinking sometime down the road, eventually releasing this on AnyFlip, just for the sake of anyone who doesn't want to be a part of the Discord, doesn't want anything to do with that. They can get their hands on it that way.
Yep.
But until then, Discord will be the one and only spot you can get this from. There'll likely be an update we do in a future podcast where I say it's up on AnyFlip now, when I choose to upload it, and when I get more familiar with the site.
Alternatively to that, what I could do is I could use that fancy-ass degree that I got to build a website to host it. It probably costs a little bit more, but I could do that.
You want to use Squarespace? You want an easy-to-build website? Good, so do I.
I just know how to do fucking HTML, my guy.
Yeah, and we made this book because if you're unfamiliar with this channel, we think that Werewolf 5th Edition is a crock of shit. Yep, but no apologies whatsoever. I really hated what you wrote. Paradox Interactive, I really hated what you made for that.
We quite literally pulled up and went, fuck you, Paradox, we'll do it ourselves.
Anyone is welcome to buy it. Anyone can get 5th Edition. You can do it whatever you want. We're not a threat to anything in terms of monetary gain. We just really did not like what you did with 5th Edition. That stands for Vampire and Hunter 2. And
oh shit, we gotta rate those next, don't we?
Well, Hunter the Reckoning is going to take a minute. I need to keep playing that before I get onto it. And the first expansion I'm going to write is going to be the Kinfolk book. That's going to be the first thing we do. And, well, besides that, instead of, just complaining about this, crying about this, bitching and moaning about this, I decided that, the quote goes something along the lines of, any jackass can kick down a barn, but it takes a carpenter to build one back up.
Exactly.
What can I do? I could sit, I just complain about Werewolf 5th Edition until my face turned blue and I choked to my own bullshit. That could have been something I could do. Or I get up, I make my own version, I get you guys involved in it, and then re-release it. There we go.
And I quite like this version. I've read a good bit of the player's guide. I haven't written as much the Fangame compendium, which we also have.
Yes.
But from what I've read, it's very comprehensive with the lore and the mechanics of the game, as well as what to expect out of the World of Darkness. I'm really proud of everybody that contributed to the book.
Yeah, to put this into perspective, 90% of this is me, but then 10% of it is everyone else within.
I have that 1% in the firm.
Yep,
I have this 1%.
We got Rap Red with us, and we got Shani with us for the first time.
Hello, welcome everyone.
Hello!
Yep.
First time. That was 2 times.
And Ryan is here, and his ass is dying this episode.
Oh no!
He's so weak you can't even hear him.
He's doing the best he can.
Give this man a shot of the Celsius. Just 200 milligrams of caffeine, that's what he needs.
I got a Pepsi.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's caffeine.
Yep. Is it the nitro? If you get the nitro, you can pour it upside down and it forms a beer head when you do so.
What is nitro?
See. It's a Pepsi that's made in a weird way, like it's kind of like a Guinness, where you pour it upside down at a certain temperature, it forms a beer head, and then it gives you the munchies after you drink it.
Holy crap! I think I'm lucky I hearing this first in my entire life.
I'll see if I can get a picture of it for you.
See, there we go.
It could
You
be
pull up the
worse
Pepsi
than the Gonster.
I don't care what anyone said. That looked atrocious.
You had people dying of heart attacks in the pandemic because they were mixing alcohol and Red Bull together.
That's insane. And I'm scared to meet the person who actually came up with that.
Yeah, whoever made that is definitely
I'd shake his hand.
I mix
of course you would.
Yeah.
I mean, we had something like this, but it was like very cheap beer. The one I posted on the Murphy's Discord channel, and the iced tea, the beer and the iced tea, in 50-50 proportions.
You put whiskey in iced tea. What are you talking about?
Yep,
I didn't put it. It's like thing in the internet.
Let me drag us back down to earth for a minute. Kyle, if you could pull up the PDF for the core book.
It's already there.
Yep, put it on screen. All right, now have we gotten to the first picture yet? Because that is drawn. We have 3 artists, not including myself. I have no contact information besides this Discord and this YouTube channel. We would like to thank our 3 artists who all contributed, and I paid them. We had Tween S, who... Thank you, Rage Across the Internet, for introducing me to him. And thank you, Tween, for defecting. You can follow him on Instagram. He is Luchos Drawings on Instagram.
Yep.
Our cover page for not just this book, but for our YouTube thumbnail, now that we're no longer using that AI-generated one, comes from Lone412 on Twitter. No, sorry, Lone421 on Twitter. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Or is it called X now?
I'd still call it Twitter. I think you have a moral obligation to continue to call it Twitter.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I don't gonna change it. It's like I'm gonna always call it.
My heart will go on. And coming in late to the project. What?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
Coming in late to the project was K100, where he drew our icon for a Discord server, Kyle's character, and my character, who is probably displayed on the player's guide.
Yes, that would be stirs the
That'll be K100. We found him on Fur Fenty.
That he was a friend of a mutual friend of mine. So
let it not be said that professionals don't come from Fur Effendi.
I'm not gonna lie. He's a fantastic artist, and it was a great honor to have him on board with the project.
A fantastic business model too. Very happy I got to commission him.
Yes, he's incredible.
See, and look at this. Thank you, Western Howler, but I already have a copy of that. Now, going down the line, let's begin with the start of the book. Let's begin with, well, we already know what a werewolf is, right, guys?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Now,
Can you explain what it is? I have no
Yeah. I didn't play it, so I only played Warhammer, so.
Oh, good
well,
lord,
you look at
no.
the word. You look at the word "were," and that is Old English meaning man. So you could put the word "wolf" behind it, and therefore it is man-wolf. Does that not explain what being a werewolf is?
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
Yep. You're neither
like
human
situation,
nor
like
are you entirely
Upper half
wolf.
man and upper and down is wolf, like mermaid situation. I don't get it.
See the. Oh my god!
That's a
Now,
simple.
we're going to. Now we're going to the real Fur Effendi pages.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh yeah.
I put that in the book just to kind of reestablish what the World of Darkness property of Werewolf 5th Edition is. The way it was written in think about it, in 5th Edition, it was anybody could just become a werewolf at any time, and the first change was no longer this traumatic thing that changed your life forever. It just happened. It could either just be in your sleep, or you just suddenly TF into a wolf one day without the trauma. And I really did hate that. This is just a terrible thing you put in the 5th edition.
But I have idea. Like, you could always, old system of werewolf, it's biological.
Yes.
You see, there's still this around, and you put that from 5th edition, and you have conflict right now. So it could be good, storyline, plotline, for the chronicle campaign, whatever you call it. But for the whole system to change like that is very bad, very risky. Oh, very risky. They take a risk and they fucked up. That's it.
Exactly. And it kind of brings the question, what's the big deal with the worm then? I mean, is Gaia randomly conscripting people off the street to be werewolves? Because, this is a war against pretty much the devil. You gotta be prepared for it. You gotta know what this devil is going to be. You gotta be fully prepared for this war ahead of you. And just pulling a random man off the street and conscripting him into a fight, he has no idea what the fuck the worm, the weaver, the wild, or the spirit of Gaia is supposed to be. That's just a really dumb idea.
All right, whose phone's going off?
That would be Shani.
Yeah,
sorry.
She's on the phone.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself.
All right,
got it. All right. Now that was a good place to bring in that ringtone that into the thought. Yes.
Yeah.
It's reality calling. It's saying figure out what the fuck you're doing with Werewolf.
Yeah.
And
we do.
Of course, we brought back the metas. We brought back all the auspices. Of course, none of the glyphs in this are mine per se, but I did redesign a few of them.
Yes.
And we go into this. We're talking about some of the change of breed, the places of power, what a Cairn is, what a Sept is, what a Protectorate is. And we wanted to establish in the first part of this book that you are a holy warrior. That is what you are. You're pretty much a paladin. Pulled into a war where you think that's a bot on a holy war. No, it does not compare to what the Geru Nation is doing. Because this is a war for not just your existence, but for the existence of everybody. If you mess this up, it's all over. You don't get to try again. And along with that, establishing a better spot for the wild. Hello, Eden. Welcome to the episode. We're currently talking about 3.5.
Oh, wait, you're recording?
Yes.
Yes,
we are.
You've been recorded. You've been recorded.
Yes.
You've been cut and such.
Got this stuff with Florida 10.
Yep. And the fun thing with establishing the wild, the weaver, the worm, Luna and Helios, Gaia, and possibly the existence of God, because that's always been up in the air as to whether or not he's present in World of Darkness. just bring that back down. I want to bring us back to position 1, so to speak, because I feel like we really got off the rails with 5th edition. And
we've
that's what the
been
first
over
record
that
is.
ad nauseum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because, oh my god, did you drop... I figured out, now that, 9 months have passed, I'm not nearly as angry as I was with 5th edition's initial release. I figured out what was going on with Paradox. And yes, you were trying to do the everyone's accepted, everyone's a winner kind of approach that D&D 5e tried doing, where all the tribes are now inoffensive. And you can talk about this being its own continuity all you want, but then you did what you did with the Geth Fenris, and that entire argument, that entire excuse falls apart. But
Yeah.
what you were really doing is, I've noticed this for everything you've released with 5e, I'm talking to Paradox here, that it's not Old World of Darkness, it's not Classic. You are writing for Chronicles, and you've just renamed it after New World of Darkness. You thought it was Vampire 5th edition? No, that's Vampire...
Requiem?
Vampire the Requiem 3rd edition. You think it's Hunter 5e? No, that's Hunter the Vigil 3rd edition. You think you're playing Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition? No, that's Werewolf the Forsaken 3rd edition. Down to how you wrote about the Umbra, down to how you wrote about tribes, and how they're just essentially gangs with different ideologies. And that's it, really. You've been writing for Chronicles for so long, you no longer know what you're doing when it comes to Old World anymore. And I don't necessarily blame you. I mean, I got mad at Justin because of what a prick he was being when it came to exposés involving interviews where you get to listen to that man toot his own trumpet in front of Outstar, and I guess I'm doing the same thing, but, fuck it, right? And along with everything that was posted on Twitter... But at the same time, you wrote that story back in the 90s. I mean, if I were to write something 30 years ago, would I be expected to remember everything I wrote?
Probably
you had
not.
people that interviewed the guy who made Off, and he's being asked questions that he doesn't have answers for because he's not the same guy who wrote Off anymore. Does he have any business writing for Off again? Not really. That belongs in the hands of somebody that cares about the project a little bit more than he does. While still respecting intellectual property, but Off wasn't made to be a for-profit product first and foremost. It was made to be a passion game. But I can't really stay mad at Just anymore about that. Should this be in the hands of some other writing staff? Absolutely. But I guess looking back at it too, J.F. Sembrano named a lot of names when it came to the shit that went on behind the scenes when running 5th edition. So yeah, that's the world we're living in now. So that's also why I decided that I'm myself, Kyle, and Ryan, and everyone with us in Galliard Group, that we were going to pick up the torch if Paradox wasn't going to.
Yeah.
And like I said before in the disclaimer, this is a project of passion, not profit.
That's the thing.
I will
Good.
never ask you for money.
Yeah, and that's the thing about having it be a fan game, is that we talked a lot of shit during the 5th edition video, but the longer a franchise goes on, the more of a tightrope it becomes for the people who walk it to respect the original intent of the project while also trying to bring something new and interesting to it. But sometimes you fall off the tightrope. It gets thinner and thinner still as time goes on and the original staff is lost to other projects or the ether of the internet. And so then once all the threads finally become so tight that they can't be stepped on anymore, then you have to unwind it, find out which threads to keep and which threads to, throw out with the bathwater, basically. And then maybe add a couple of new threads of our own. And that's what really helps bring a project back to life. Is it waxes and wanes like different eras of music.
Because you look at, say, video games today, where we went from platformers in the 90s to shooters in the 2000s to still shooters in the 2010s, and then we still have shooters, but you can't really compare the shooters we have now to the ones we had in the 2000s.
Yeah,
it's a different landscape.
But then a little bit of the past comes back. Like when
I've been told before that that maybe World of Darkness should stay in the past, but I disagree with that because this is a story that I thought had a lot of profound things to say. Like the conversation between Malkav and Set, like this story of Solot, like the pretty much everything involving the Tremere. That this is stuff that I want people to know about, and I want people to play this game. And so, to help with the fandom, Vampire had a good story, Werewolf was even better, and I felt like more eyes needed to fall on Werewolf, which is why I give such a damn about this game.
Yep. As somebody who believes that there should always be hope in a dark place, and I'm not usually a fan of grimdark settings, I feel like there has to be something there has to be a light at the end of the tunnel. But I feel like Werewolf really does encapsulate that. Even though it's a brutally violent game and there are terrible people inhabiting the world, at the end of the day, the Garrow fight because they have to, because it's the only way they can guarantee that they wake up to see the sun tomorrow. And that's what I really love about it, is because even though the world might be doomed and Gehenna is inevitable, at the very least you have a shot of fighting to push it back just one more day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Werewolf they have certainty to their action because they were created specifically to fight the worm, to fight for the hope of Gaia, to protect her. So that's also like very fundamental.
It's,
I would say,
Shady Durags is an animation channel, but he talked about the episode of Justice League where Superman is in the Lotus machine, where he's imagining a life where Krypton never exploded. And then he realizes it's fake and breaks away from it. And the episode itself talked about what it really meant to be Superman. And it feels like that message also applies to werewolves. You are someone who gives up your own personal happiness so that other people can be happy. And that's why, out of all the groups, and as deeply flawed as they are as heroes, the werewolves are good people at the end of the day that need to remind themselves that they are good and need to remind themselves what they're fighting for, because nobody else can do what you do. Exactly. It's all these different themes about destiny and what exactly is moral virtue that really drew me into Werewolf and why I feel like this game needs to be talked about more.
Yeah. I've been trying to indoctrinate a number of friends of mine at work into playing it because of how wildly chaotic they are. Like, they're playing Changeling the Dreaming right now, and they're treating it like D&D 5th edition, where they can be as chaotic as they want. And quite literally, this is a story I heard the other day. I think, I don't remember who it was in the party. One of them had covered an iron dagger in tinfoil and used it to kill somebody in order to loophole the no iron rule. But I don't think that'll stop them from getting tossed in with the Shadow Court. Quite literally, a she had accused the party of all being spies for the Shadow Court. The only reasonable character in that party was one of my buddies who I work with, who's playing a Clericon, had to swear up, down, left, and right that he wasn't with the rest of the Shadow Corp, but the rest of the party just did not care. And I'm like, dude, if you want to be this chaotic, Werewolf the Apocalypse is that away.
Exactly. Where, look at the Red Talons, look at the Fianna, look at all these guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Mars, the Ratkin are the cartoon of World of Darkness.
Exactly.
They have realms of cartoons. You can play Tom and Jerry in the World of Darkness.
Yes.
They skirt the line between genuinely disturbing and
comedically
comical.
Evil, yes.
Yeah. And
Tom and Jerry.
Let's talk about the history that we got with 3.5. You were saying something, Ryan?
Tom and Jerry, you mean Bassett and Ratkin?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
They can find a little one shot. Let's see. Let us bring up the history. So if you're wondering what we're doing with history, I have gone through all the books, including the Mind's Eye Theater Guide, aka the LARP Guide, and I've looked at it and I've decided, what do I want to bring in? I've run it by Kyle and Ryan. I ran all this stuff by you, and there is no one real objective turn of events, because yes, you have instances of unreliable narrator, But at the same time, the original White Wolf staff, from what I understand with interviews of past members, didn't really talk as much as they were supposed to, which is why you've got so many different continuity snarls, like, I don't know, the Tamahe Ra, and what a mess that plotline is, along with the Camazotz, where I completely changed what the Camazotz were up to, because I need to be honest, I hate that plotline. I hate that plot point. It's so stupid, and I'm tired of trying to talk about it in a way that makes sense, because it just doesn't make sense.
Well, where the
No
Shadow
way can I
Lords are
spin
like,
it, doesn't
oh,
make
hey,
sense.
these are gangrel, and then killed them all without a second thought.
I mean, did you not think for a minute, why are these guys fighting us during the day? Why aren't they suffering from the day sleep fatigue? Where are the Vzods? Where are all the shape-shifting? Where's the use of Protean? Where's the use of animalism? Where any of this is from the same faction that made a pact with Clan Ventru. That doesn't make sense. The Camazotz plot point never makes sense, because that's not something the Shadow Lords would do. As angry as the leaders of the Garu Nation get, the entirety of the Camazotz, that just makes no sense to me. So, first major change we did. The Camazotz were evil. They, hello, Western Howler. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yep, feel free to unmute yourself whenever. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. Microphone's a little bit off, but that's fine.
Typical Galliard Group video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
Microphone's a little bit off.
Yeah, well, one day we'll get audio right.
I've been trying to iron it out. Like, doing it through Discord is a little difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you
I
got
think when when there will be perfect synchronized, microphones, the hell will be frozen,
Yeah.
just a
Exactly.
second,
Back into
and
Teams
then
speak.
come back.
I mean, we could do what Grant Kaysen did and just do a call through a Discord microphone, through a speakerphone on a smartphone,
Whoa,
and,
whoa.
and have
I have
that
idea.
kind of audio.
Connect to
Question.
TeamSpeak.
Question: do you have Skype?
Oh
No.
my God, no.
Who uses Skype anymore? I haven't used Skype since high school.
Same,
that's the-
bro.
So that's the first change we did. The Camazotz are evil. They have always been evil. That's what it is. It was a feral breed that was originally created by Gaia, of course, but then became worm corrupted, and then stayed a persistent enemy of the Bastet and the Atena for centuries. So that was the first major change that we did. Along with it, well, Rapper knows about it. What did we do with the Silver Fangs?
Oh yeah, they were. We pronounced there are no silver fangs. There are no silver
Yep.
fangs. They were bad. Nobody
Nope.
liked them. There are no in the 3.5.
I mean,
But in all
why would
seriousness, they are changed very drastically. Their passion burned them out, and they became burning crowns.
Yes.
Sorry.
That is probably one of my favorite changes to the Werewolf rulebook is they're changing the Silver Fangs to the Burning Ground.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Burning Crown. This was a plot point that was in the Apocalypse book, where this was such a metal image. I had to bring it back in some form, and I ran this by the group multiple times. And I ran this by subscribers, and this is the only way I could imagine the Surfangs concluding. Now, to describe how it works in Apocalypse, is that the Surfangs made an agreement with Falcon saying, give us 1 year of lucid thought, no curse put on us by Helios or Luna, that we go in, we get this war done today. Falcon agrees, and the Surfangs do it, only to, you killed all the Black Spirals, but you immediately got in bed with the worm right after that. You weren't doing this for Gaia. You were doing this as your initiation to join the worm. They come out as these bleach white werewolves with fur so shiny that it looks gold in the light, with these halos and wings of fire that take to the skies and start smiting the planet with these giant fireballs. And behold, the world ends with them doing that. And it's all Falcon's fault for agreeing to that. That's how it works in Apocalypse. They're known as the Fiery Crown, we changed the name a little bit to Burning Crown because I feel like we've got not enough. This was an OCD thing. I liked it being the B just so I could put them first and foremost in the book, put them right behind the bonar so it catches your attention quicker.
Yes.
That really is the only reason.
I don't know. The Burning Crown
Alphabetically-
does go hard
Yeah.
though. I can't really. I can't really fault you for that.
And at the same time, Fiery, it gives you the impression where these guys are ready to scrap with you. But Burning, this is a tribe that's in complete shambles. You've lost everything, and you are now lower than the Bonars in terms of social standing. That's what happens with them.
Your pride has cost you everything. Go ahead.
You were saying?
Were you talking about 5th edition or?
Oh, this is the
3.5
3.5
edition.
edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the video. You have been
Yeah,
recorded. You've
this
been
is the change that we
announced.
made.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have our lore character. Let me just go ahead and post him up in studio notes again. One Damon Scorn, who will be coming back with a vengeance when we eventually do a little book. It's not going to be that much. It's just going to be a little book reflecting the current culture of the Burning Crown, where
1,000 pages later.
I just want to have some say about this because I like
Yes.
them, and because maybe I don't know where the action will be taking place,
Mhm.
but maybe
Right.
somewhere in Eastern Europe, Middle Eastern, someone would say.
yes, there's
Bruh.
a certain camp that me and Rap Red made.
Oh, yes.
I had a joke because I had a joke with Johnny like, yeah, I had like this is our baby. I am a father, he is a mother because I gave him an idea, and he for
Exactly.
9 months carried and gave it to the world. So yeah,
There we go. Well,
And
8 months.
they-
Well, actually, more like 6 months because I logged my hours with this, and it took
Holy
me
crap.
only working part time 6 months to release this. Paradox had how many years, and it still came out late.
Well,
So,
to be fair,
yeah,
it was not Paradox's only concern.
Yeah, and at the same time, no, they have an entire like tabletop writing team. But dog, when you want to talk to me about stuff getting delayed and stuff being put back, especially when it comes to something that's out, a book or a PDF, you really don't have an excuse. It's only mismanagement that stuff gets delayed like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to go
I
ahead
mean,
and throw it out there, and I'm gonna
maybe there are
apologize
some
for saying
personal
that.
stuff between the staff, and yeah, that could
Okay.
also be. But mostly of
Yeah.
times there is a point.
Right. Actually go in this with a plan, especially if you're charging, $70 fucking for the book. Oh
and
my
you lit it on
God, most-
fire.
Exactly, because it deserved to be on fire.
Yeah.
And
I-
that's
I fucked-
and that's
I
and
fucked-
that's really
I
the
was-
origin of the burning grounds because
I
he burned
was
the
going
book.
to post that video, and then I fucking not only did I spill the isopropyl, but I also knocked the camera over, and
Aw.
you didn't even get to see what I was doing. But it turns out, no, you fuckers fireproofed the book because you knew I was going to do this. I tried doing it, and only the cover would light. The pages would not ignite.
Oh, so do
Maybe
you
more
still have
fuel?
the book?
Maybe
The
more
smoldering
fuel.
remains?
Now I threw it in the garbage afterwards.
Ah, okay. See, I would have kept it. I would have framed it.
I don't want that shit in my house. I got the low res and high res PDF. That's all I need. I
Yeah.
didn't even
And
want
the fumes
physical
from this
release.
book would kill him.
That's
Sent
true.
it to me. I need something to lift up my mini fridge.
Joke's on you. It was actually an antenna fetish to seal a bane.
as there we go. There's Damon Scorn, drawn by Lone,
Yeah.
in the studio notes if he's not up on screen already. And yeah, there we go. So this is what the Surfings are now. The way we've written it in
or less.
lore in 3.5, 2016 definitely did not have anything to do with the election that was going around
I
the
will
same
say,
time.
though, why does he look like a fucking orc meets Nosferatu?
That's what I was going for. Have you seen what Jacob Morningkill looks like?
Actually, no, I don't think so.
Just an old man.
No, Jacob Morningkill's deranged, and let me just pull up for comparison what we were going for, what I was telling Lone. when you look, let me just go ahead and let me post this guy and let me just drop him in the Werewolf chat. Yeah, I heard you not those tools over. You good? All right. No, that's the. Why the fuck does it keep not wanting to do this? I'm trying to get images copied. Instead, it wants to copy. I don't know, something that's not an image. Let's see. All right. So let me go ahead. Let me post this in the Werewolf chat. Yeah, that's what Jacob Morningkill looks like.
You put it in general.
And Werewolf the
no,
Apocalypse.
Werewolf
Yeah.
the Apocalypse.
What is that?
Okay, I see now.
Yeah, that's Jacob Morning. Does this look like a king of a nation to you? Does this look like?
He looks like.
Nope, he looks like.
Yeah,
Go
continue.
ahead.
No, you first.
Yes, looks like he's gonna go any second.
Looks like
Exactly.
he's straight from Skyrim.
It looks like
He
he's
looks like a
straining, doesn't
jogger.
it?
He looks like
He looks like an honest to god jogger.
Like someone on a huge hangover. And
That was me
who
Saturday
cosplaying as an
morning.
elf. Cosplayer who's dressed like an elf on a huge hangover.
Exactly.
He
And
looks like that one old king from Lord of the Rings who's like, "You have no power here."
He was not the king. He was, the guy in charge, but he was not technically a king.
Yeah, you're talking to a Lord of the Rings nerd over here.
That's fair.
No, not that much. Not that much. There are more nerds, more nerdy guys.
And we also used Isaiah Morningkill as inspiration for this too, who is a little bit cleaner looking, but just as unkempt as Jacob Morningkill. And the whole thing behind the Surfings is that these might as well be schizophrenic homeless men you pull off the street and then put crowns on and then put them in the throne. Because that's the level of logic behind having the Surfings rule for as long as they were. And, I mean, the 7 years of worship turns you insane kind of curse that they had, and they still continue to do this. Jacob Morningkill had been in power since World War II and reigned until his death in the late 90s. For 50 years, you had this lunatic ruling the nation. That's the kind of leadership you could expect with the Silver Fangs.
Holy crap! Lion L. Johnson combined with Conrad Kurtz. Holy shit!
Exactly. Combined with Goj Van Dyer.
Oh fuck! Okay.
Because Jacob Morningkill really was running the nation into the ground until Blessing in the Skies, the BSDs finally killed him. And it took Jonas Albrecht busting his ass to try to rebuild the nation, only for him to die 5 years later. But, so without Jonas Albrecht shielding the Surfangs, 2016 comes around, the Shadow Lords finally build up a big enough dossier of information to blackmail them out of rulership. So they all gather together, hold these guys up for a vote, and we also had another tribe, so only 3 people vote in favor of the Surfangs. They're voted out of power, and the Shadow Lords assume power in their absence. That's what happens. So, behold, you're now living in a future that is now run by the socialist werewolves.
I thought
Wonderful.
they were just fascists.
No,
Well,
the
they
communist. That is different.
They
Fascism
say they're
is-
socialist. We call it socialism, but it's actually bourgeoisie fascism.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
yeah. Don't pay attention to my swaying pocket watch, college students. So that's the fun we got with the Burning Crown. So they've been demoted to a rank beneath the Bonars, and we'll talk about camps later. But the entire tribe is in a desperate struggle to try to regain that power. But what happens after they lose their power? Their agreement with Falcon is now invalid, and Falcon leaves the tribe. Who takes over? One red dragon assumes position. First cousin of Green Dragon, the BSD totem. You remember when we were talking about Rage Across Russia, and we had the Zhmei, the Russian worm dragons? The Surfings kept the body of one of them, and the scorn, the shame, the embarrassment, and the anger that the Surfangs collectively felt as a tribe after that vote happened resurrected the body of one Gorgonus Deathwing and rebranded him as Red Dragon. A former villain is now your totem, who says, I will give you 100% of my power if you get me into power and I bring you into power. And through a devil deal, that's where their burning halos and burning wings come from. And now the entire Silverfangs are working on borrowed time because this tribe is so thoroughly inbred, people are dying of old age in their 30s now. That's how bad it is for the Burning Crown.
Yeah. So Red Dragon came back as a Faustian, basically.
Exactly. That's a Faustian bargain if you ever asked for one. It's the same kind of pact that Zenitsu had with Kupala, in a way. Well, it is a little bit different, but yeah, essentially that's the kind of patch you're working with.
Yes.
And they still look like Silverfangs when they're purebred, but now you've got what looks like scorch marks appearing on your fur. You've got black patches appearing around your head, around your back. You still try to act like kings, but nobody gives you respect by this point. And if they didn't hate the Shadow Lords before, they despise everything to do with the Shadow Lords now. And what are the Shadow Lords doing in power? A better job than the Silverfangs were doing. With them, the Shadow Lords in this book are stacked. And this is a tribe that has been working for years and years to undercut the Silverfangs. And now that they have the power they've been working for, they're making great use of it. We are going off of the future that was written for them back in Shadow Lords First Edition, where it was heavily implied that they were working with the KGB. So not only do they have the Russian Secret Service on their side, but the entirety of the Camarilla as well. Their pact that they made with the Ventru, that gets extended to every other clan in the Camarilla. So behold, the Illuminati is at your back now.
That sounds like a very quick way to get baned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there are two tribes that aren't the Burning Crown that are really not happy about that. Those being the Silent Striders, who, as we established, are always the smartest guys in the room, and the Glasswalkers, who are now planning to secede from the Guru Nation because the Shadow Lords are in power.
That's Apocalypse
Question.
scenario
Now-
right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Granted,
Are they going to the technocracy?
they're going to be their
No,
own
they're
thing.
gonna solo. They're gonna solo leveling right now.
They're
So they're
You're saying?
Good.
they're pulling a stargazers, or they're just doing their own thing.
They haven't left the nation yet, as of where we are in 3.5, but they're planning on it. They're modeling themselves after the Giovanni, saying that the Giovanni for years and years were able to operate on their own. Giovanni denied the Camarilla invitation, according to the Giovanni, and managed to become their own clan that, for a while, had more money than the Camarilla. So they plan on doing that same thing because the Glassworkers have so many fingers and so many pies. Not only does the Weaver pretty much have... She's favoring the Glassworkers, but think about how many different companies they have with Shinzui. That's how many companies in Asia that are giving money to the Glassworkers through the corporate wolves. Along with that, you have DNA in America. So behold, you no longer have to worry about the menace deformity because you can now clone a werewolf from the cells of another werewolf and just upload the soul or the mind of a previous Glassworker into that body.
Yeah, and that soul is tainted with the one song which will eventually lead you replacing all of your flesh with metal and good luck fighting that drone.
It's a plot hook for anyone who wants to be a Glassworker in this game. Can you save your own tribe from leaving the Guru Nation? Because, yes, you will have a very profitable first 2 years, but in the long term, this will lead to the complete collapse of the Glasswalkers if that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, clock's ticking.
Yeah. And I'm sending to studio notes what this may look like, but please don't pull up, for the viewers, because I don't have right now the name of the artist, and I know it will claimed or something.
Yeah. But we don't really get claimed for still images. It's like more like moving footage is what you get claimed for.
Well, we could always like do the research and put it in the comments later if we felt like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
could
what-
just probably
yeah,
just do. I could just do a reverse image search of this. Fuck it.
Yep. Give her a look. See.
I mean, I pull out for special book made by the artist, the Slavic bestiary.
I'm
and
getting a link to
looking
ArtStation for
gorgeous.
this.
You're what?
I believe the person that made this is one Yafei Hu. I think that's who it is.
I have to check out. I have
Yeah,
somewhere.
doing the reverse Google search.
And that's what Baba Yaga sent for the Rage Across Russia people.
Yeah.
There is a barn for comparison of size.
That's a
you
fucking
don't-
terrifying thing.
Yeah, one of the dangerous creatures of Slavic mythology. Žmi.
Big damn monster. And yeah,
And
that's
that's
your
now-
god now if you're a burning crown.
Yeah. New totem for the burning crowns, but with very, very weird face. You have to watch Rage Across Russia to find out what this face looks like.
Every single one of them looks really bizarre. Now, we have another tribe that is a complete from the ground up creation. And I would like to give a personal thank you to Andre and Not a Gangrel from Ridge Cross the Internet's Discord server. Because if it wasn't for you and my terrible time talking with you, I would not have made this tribe. Like, seriously, thank you for trying to push me down because I built myself up way above you. Once again, any jackass can kick down a barn. It takes a carpenter to build one. Yeah, I'm definitely not tooting my own horn here, looking like a jackass.
Yeah. I know you heard it on the mass today, and you have to use it now because it was.
You heard it
That's a
too,
great,
folks.
good line. I heard on the mass today, and I have to use it in video.
It is a great line. It's simple to live by.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
indeed.
we have a completely new tribe that I have based in India because that is something that has been missing from World of Darkness for a while. I mean, you've got a lot of content about America, Europe, and some stuff about South America, a little bit about Africa, a little bit about Asia, but nothing in regards to India. And yeah, India is Asia, but it's its own beast in a lot of ways because this is the bedrock of civilization. This little peninsula has influenced so much of the world. So much history has happened in India that it may as well be its own beast. So, behold, that's exactly what we did. We have made the Samanvayan, where that is two Indian words that I meshed together. If you're looking for an English translation for it, it would be something along the lines of the Harmonizers. But that sounds more like a camp name than a tribe name, so I went with Samanvayan as the name. And there is our lore character for it, one Nanda Many Colors. And for this, Hinduism has already been something of interest to me, where there was a point where I found God when I was 20. I'm 26 for anyone who wants any reference for that. And I had a serious crossroad in my life where I came to my own conclusion that God exists, but I had to decide, well, what form did he exist in? And I had a serious conversation with myself where, am I going to take the side of Judaism or am I going to take the side of Hinduism? And after a conversation with myself that lasted about a day, I ended up going with Judaism, and eventually that ended up roping me into Catholicism. But, we'll talk about that some other time. More than likely when we talk about the Celestial Chorus. So,
Rome Christian is the best. Is the only way.
Exactly. You gotta listen to the Vatican, everything they say. You can't do anything without their approval.
Hey, bro,
Yeah.
do you have the Vatican? I don't think so. We make the rules, okay?
I've yet to infiltrate the Vatican. And with Hinduism, I read the text on them. I read the legends. I looked at a few services. They don't really have like the Sunday service that you have with churches in America or in Europe. And became familiar with their idea of how do you ascend? How do you reach enlightenment? What's heresy in consideration to Hinduism? And all that knowledge that I've had in the back of my head for about 6 years by this point ended up inspiring myself with what I could do with World of Darkness, with what I could do with Werewolf, and I put the pen to paper and we made the Samanvayan, where what exactly do they do? I'm glad you asked me. Now you have the Stargazers, who were supposed to be these scholars. They are the man on the Silver Mountain with the answer to everything. They were able to figure out that it was the Weaver that found the worm and all these other discoveries. But as we pointed out with the Stargazers, they over-specialized. They read so much that they forgot how to fight. They have Kalindo, sure. But do you see any Stargazer on the front line fighting the worm? I don't think so. And eventually, it led to them just surrendering in the 1950s with a Great Leap Forward. And now the tribe kind of exists as this joke where, yes, you are geniuses, but nobody's going to take you seriously because you can't show hands. The Salmon Vian can show hands. And now they're not meant to be scholars, but like I said with the name, they're meant to harmonize. They're succeeding where the Wild, the Weaver, and the Worm have failed. After all, these guys have a lot of similarities with Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva in Hinduism, who are the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer. I mean, that's brought up in how many books? That's brought up in the Naga book. And they're not secret police either. These guys fully operate out in the open. And what the Summon Vian want is that they are pro-human. Majority of the Summon Vian are Hamid. And they want to see humanity prosper and develop under a watchful eye that succeeds where the Wild, the Weaver, and the Worm have failed. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Along with that,
I mean, I'm looking at Stargazer. You look at the Stargazer and you see the scholar. You look at the Summon Vian and you see the teacher. That's how I would, look one way and the other.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, Rep. Right? They're going to the street and they're the paladins. They are the warrior poets. They can fight. There's a lot of martial arts history within India by itself, but the amount of wisdom too, where I've read stuff like the Ramayana, which is a much better story than I gave it credit for back when I heard about it the first time. I was thinking, oh, this is an old ass story that's pretty much like a modern day anime by this point. But no, you read it and you figure out just how long this book's been around, along with all the stories of characters like Vaman and the different avatars of Shiva, of Vishnu, the stories of Shiva, and we wrote that directly into the Summon Vian. And we brought into question, what are Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva in the world of Darkness? Are they gods, or are they very powerful spirits? We don't have a conclusion of that. Only they know the answer, and the Summon Vian just do what they're told.
So they referring to the triad as, Vishnu and Shiva and the other guy I can't pronounce? Or they're the separate thing, but they call them that?
They're a separate thing, and if you're going off of as tricky as it is to work it into World Darkness, Demon the Fallen, there might be multiple worms. There's an implication for that. Yeah, wrap your head around that one, Kyle.
Well, I mean, there is a triadic the worm already, so there's 3 of them at least.
Yeah, 4,
the biggest
maybe 5.
one. But then, you go deeper. There's the 3 big honchos, but they have like kids and cousins. And the worm is not like 3 heads, but like 15.
Yeah,
it's a hydra of evil.
And an implication that the Wild Weaver and the Worm might just be fallen from Demon the Fallen. That just got insanely powerful because they managed to escape hell and wouldn't even be Earthbound by that point because they're in the spirit realm. So it's confusing because, once again, do you really understand the Wild Weaver and the Worm? They're meant to be alien by design. Same thing with Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, the way we wrote them in 3.5. They've got an alien nature to them, but appear as humans. That's what they look like. Yes. You don't fully understand them, but they're beings that are fulfilling the Wild, the Weaver, and the Worm's will, but on a smaller scale. We'll go into more detail about this because I will make a tribe book Salmon Vian, and we will cover that in the future in an episode. I just gotta make the kinfolk book first.
Yes.
And in terms of what they do, 3 major things. First of all, fulfilling where the triad has failed. We've talked about that enough. Second, find kinfolk. You want this to be a pro-human future. The more humans you have as kinfolk, the more humans you have an eye on, the better you're going to prosper. So the Salmon Vian make it a mission. Go out, create families with humans, get as many kinfolk as possible. we want this tribe to grow in size. That's what the Summon Vian want. And lastly, the Kuei Jin. You gotta worry about those, right?
Yes.
If the Stargazers aren't going to fight the Kuei Jin, the Summon Vian will have to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
So
I mean, now Summon Vian can have, can help Ravnus fight Beijing.
Yeah, when we eventually get to writing that tribe book, they have a direct allies with the Ravnos. Because after all, you come from the same origin point. Ravnos was a Silent Strider kin. So even though he's an antediluvian, he's still family. In a very twisted sense.
Yeah. Your great, and like 15 grades later uncle. So yeah.
Yeah, your ancestor beyond counting.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun writing these guys, and Sean with Galliard Group looked at these guys and he wants to play this.
Yes.
When we were talking about running Rage Across Appalachia, he looked at this and he immediately had ideas for characters for the Summon Vian.
He's going to be playing one for Rage Across Appalachia, and I'm very excited to see how he plays out. I feel like he's going to be a great moral ballast to the more than likely chaotic nature of this pack.
Given the
but
sheer
also,
chaos that Bottom leaves.
Yeah. And I think the Summon Vian, when you see about werewolf tribes, Red Talons always, been clashed with Glasswalkers because, the wild and the modern society. Weaver. But I think Summon Vian are directly mirroring the Red Talons. Like, Red Talons think there is no saving humanity from the birth to the moment they die. They are controlled by the worm and they must be destroyed. But the Summon Vian are pro-human and they think like they can take that path. Of course, you have a point, but they also can be redirect. I mean, there has to be harmony in this thing, in this universe, right? On Gaia. And Red Talon say, the harmony is that we kill humans and the harmony will begin.
I mean, what is your hand for? What is your heart for? Why are humans here if they were meant to destroy? Why are they allowed to feel stuff like compassion and love and grief if they're just here to destroy?
Yeah, and that's like, this is perfect mirroring of Red Talons. But on top of that, they have like amazing culture. So they are tribe in all of the senses. Like, they have like every tribe is a concept, correct? Like every type of werewolf. I don't know how to describe Summon Vian as a werewolf, but they are concept, and they build upon with the culture of the region, of the people, of how to be a werewolf in that society. Because being a werewolf is, changing. The first change changes everything. How you proceed things. And the knowledge of the elders also changed that.
When I was looking at Hindu myth in relation to wolves, they were always used as human shepherds. It would be one example being Vishnu sent a pack of wolves out to rein in a group of humans that were expanding too quickly. And I looked at that and I just ran with that idea when I was writing for the Summon Vian.
Well, that sounds like Imperium. So it could be like literary history.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, literal history of the World of Darkness, which is not a history, but yeah.
And in case you're wondering if I wrote a Mary Sue tribe, there is one big fatal flaw with the Summon Vian. They believe a little too deeply in destiny. Where in Hinduism, you have your dharma. Your one thing you can do that nobody else can do. What the issue with the Summon Vian is, they have specialized so deeply into their dharmas. They believe that you cannot act outside of your auspice. That is your dharma. You have to be the Ragabash. You have to be the Theurge. You have to be the Philodox. I mean, if you try going over to a Theurge for a shoulder to cry on, the Theurge will say, "I'm sorry, I don't have the equipment to help you with this." If you go to a Naurun for an infiltration mission, "I'm sorry, I can't take that mission. I have to go on the front lines." They take the Dharma a little too seriously, and once again, bringing the conversation back to Destiny, is the belief in fate a bad thing or a good thing? Is it good to have a destiny, or is that a cage that you just can't see? And that's the conversation I want to have with it, because I've thought about that off and on for a while, where is determinism a real thing? And I think it is, but not in a God's plan kind of sense. I think circumstances that you live in and decisions you made in your past will decide a destiny for you. Because, dog, where I live, Charlotte, there's just certain things in my life that I can't do because of where I live. And if I want to live that kind of life, I have to scoop up everything I have, throw off my entire life, and then move off to who knows where and pretty much start from zero all over again. Where, yes, there is destiny, but destiny can change. That's what I believe in. And that's the conversation I want to have with the Salmon Vian. And let's see what else we got. Let's talk about the mechanics.
Yes.
You're gonna die.
If you have seen our live play that we've been doing with Ridge Cross New York, then you will know that combat in this game is incredibly deadly. We don't roll for damage in this game. Every damage value is set. That is a set number based off of either your strength or a flat number. So when you land your hits in this, you roll a dodge, you roll a soak after every attack is made at you. But if an attack hits you, it's gonna hurt. Even with your regeneration. Exactly.
Yes.
Also, I removed the difference between lethal and aggravated, because something that 5e did right was cut out aggravated entirely and just rename lethal as aggravated, because aggravated is lethal but heals differently and blah blah blah, and it just felt like extra baggage to me, so I just scrapped that entirely. And now it's under the same banner, but we've also made this game completely compatible with second edition sheets. If you want to play this game, use a 2e sheet for it. And that means that, behold, appearance and perception are back, baby. Your favorite attributes are back.
Yep.
Dodge.
Yep, we brought back the dodge skill, because I've had off and ons with this, but I feel like athletics and dodge need to be separate skills. Because
They have
athletics, that's you doing the pole vault, that's you lifting weights, that's you doing a pull-up. It's not the same as dodging a bullet that shot you. Because, let's face it, there's a lot of people that are bodybuilders that are not acrobatic by any means.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we made them different. Along with that, we gave you defined movement options. If you want to move, we're going off of like D&D 5e's space system, where every one square on your map is going to be 5 feet. So Hamid's Glabros can move 6 spaces, Kronos can move 9, Hispo can move 11, Lupus can move 12. That's how it works with combat.
yeah.
more movement to us.
Yes.
Exactly. The Red Talon players are going to be very happy.
Yeah. But in this book, we also have losses, my friends, so don't worry.
Along with that, we brought back Gnosis, because that was such a stupid idea in 5th edition to remove that. And
Yeah.
we also have rules as to how you get those back. We have pages for stats conditions, the dying state. We have death saves in this game again, along with rules for stepping sideways. And I did bring up the possibility of using sorcery. I would have Mage the Ascension in another tab if you want to do that. That's going to get very complicated. I wouldn't recommend it, but there are tribes out there that use magic like the Black Furies. So I had
Black
to
Fury
acknowledge it.
is magic?
Yeah, with the verbena. You read
Verbena?
verbena.
Oh.
Yeah, the verbena, their original book and the revised book, there's Black Furies that attend their conventions.
I mean, there are Irish witches in Verbena as a tribal. As
Well,
you know,
you look at the
part of
Fianna,
the
you think,
Verbena.
you look at the Fianna, you look at the Black Furies, who are you going to invite and teach your magic to?
Yeah. I mean, there are also Verbena berserkers, which I think they have a little fun with Fianna.
Yeah.
But
Well,
boys being boys, and the rest being.
Yes.
Well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
That does not. Yes.
Back to Mages / Werewolf, Uktena, and Dream Speakers. If you want more Gnosis, you can get it.
Exactly, and you're able to store up to 10 of these. When you have 8 rage or more, it starts affecting your personality. By 10, you frenzy when you get that much rage in you.
Oh,
And behold,
So,
we also
okay.
have armor pages and we have weapon modifiers too. So, yeah, go ahead and check out our combat rules. And something I need to bring up: willpower. How this has worked in World of Darkness games for years and years is that you use a point of willpower, you re-roll all of your dice. But the thing that's stupid about that, and that's always rubbed me the wrong way, is that by doing your willpower roll, you can get a worse result in doing so. So instead, your willpower re-rolls your individual dice, where you can take a dice that you rolled a 1 on, and you can re-roll that dice for it to be a success. That's what the willpower is used for now.
So no more goblin kids, only one dice at a time.
And now stuff like Luck of the Irish actually has a purpose. Because that really was just stepping on the toes of what willpower could already do.
You hear that, Kyle? Fianna has a purpose now.
There we go.
Thank the Lord.
And in terms of gifts and rights and your fetishes, for a while I felt like the rank system in this game was completely pointless. That it did not matter if you were a Cliath, if you were an Adrin, if you were a Fostern, it did not matter, because if you had a level 1 gift or right, you could learn as many level 2, 3s, 4s, and 5s for the same number that you had in 1s. That if you had, say, 3 level 1s and 2 level 2s, you could take 3 level 2s. It worked in a tower like that. So instead, you have to get your renown in this game. You have to get your glory, you have to get your honor, you have to get your wisdom. Because if you want the higher level gifts, you need to rank up. And I gave defined rules as to how you rank up. You start stacking all of that temporary glory, honor, and wisdom. And when you're playing a storyteller, you dish that out. Anytime you accomplish something, you get some renown for that. That is your second experience meter, so to speak. And by taking all this, you level up, you level up, you level up, and eventually you get your next gifts. You get your next perks. So finally, it feels like the rank system actually has, I don't know, a point and purpose, or at least from my perspective, because it doesn't make sense that you're sending class after an antediluvian and they win that fight and they still become class at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Something our own life play.
Like, yeah, it took a bunch of rag 2 Garo to kill an antediluvian. Well, we only needed 2 other totems and a mage.
Yeah.
And 1 archmage. And
Yeah.
You were saying, Ryan?
Ryan was silent the
I
whole
swear
time.
I heard him for a minute.
I mean, it's getting to be about that time where I'm like,
Get out of here, Ryan.
Alright.
We'll see you later.
Yeah,
Take
take
it.
care, buddy. Have a
Everyone's about
nice
to
dreams.
Buddy, you're all right.
Good night,
Drink.
Ryan. Take care.
a good night, guys.
All right. See you later. All right. He already knows what's in this book.
Yeah.
He already knows what's in here.
Big Bad Wolf needs a nap. Don't worry.
And one more thing I want to talk about in regards to your position within the Garo Nation: fetishes. Now, I feel like we've always been just a little bit limited with fetishes in this book, in Werewolf, because you have pre-made fetishes in all these different books. In the core book, in the player's guide, in all the tribe books, all the fetishes are pre-made. So instead, we have a little page in this book for you to build your own fetishes. It gives you an idea as to how long is this going to take to form? Is it a fetish? Is it a talon? How powerful is it allowed to be? So no longer are you stuck just using Ivan's Molotov or the swag bag. You can make whatever you want by this point. You want a machine gun that never runs out of ammo? You can do that. Do you want to also automatically set your bullets on fire when it shoots them out? You can do that too. You want to increase your stats? You can do that too. You can just keep customizing and adding onto your fetishes. So if you have that one particular sword or coat that you just can't let go of, you can add onto it and increase its power as the game goes on.
Yeah.
And Yep, no longer you go out to fetish shop. And at the same time, like, the Jarl Hammer is a level 3 Gefenris fetish, and it can only do one thing. That just for as much as you gotta bust your ass to get your hands on that hammer, that's it. So
I mean, the weapon is a weapon. I mean, the hammer is a tool. You are the weapon as a good offender. So
I'm excited regardless to build my own fetish because I'm doing that for Rage Across Russia. Because
Ooh.
basically what I'm doing. Should I spoil it or should I wait for the game?
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm playing a Silent Strider Wayfarer because I love the idea of like a mercenary private detective. And having that in like a really cold and oppressive environment, it's such film noir. And I figured, what better weapon to give, a film noir protagonist than a Tommy gun? And the idea that I had was based off this Warren Zevon song called Roland the Thompson Gunner. And I basically had it written where it was like supposed to be a fetish weapon of an ancient Get Ephemeris warrior after he'd worked for the Get Ephemeris, was paid with this fetish weapon. It's a level 3 fetish. I worked with Johnny to build it, and it's just called Roland's Tommy Gun. I can bring it into the Umbra with me by virtue of it being a fetish weapon. But but basically the magazine never runs out. The magazine can be reloaded after every turn with a fresh magazine. It doesn't run out of ammo. I can spend a point of gnosis to use incendiary rounds, and I get a +1 to hit with it.
Exactly.
Bro, you have Russia, and you chose Tommy Gun, not Pepesha. Shame on you.
It's because that gun jammed all the damn time. That's why.
You down. The KGB gonna chase you down.
Look, bro, come on. What caliber did the Pepesha use?
You can look it up. I don't know.
Let's pull it up. PPSH 41. See, this is a gun that shot a 762 by 25 millimeter.
That's impossible. Hang on.
No, that's correct.
Whoa.
Bob uses the same round.
That's impossible.
No, the 762 is an intermediate cartridge. That's an assault rifle cartridge.
No, that's the diameter of the bullet.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Maybe you look up.
Rifle and pistol cartridges.
Whatever. 45 ACP kills the soul. It doesn't matter.
45 ACP. Holy American bullets. Yeah.
well, the whole
I played Silent Strider for Africa. I use American guns. Yeah, whatever.
The whole point behind
you ever seen Lord of War?
Silent Strider. Yeah,
no,
he
I
is
didn't.
a stranger in a strange land who already got pulled out of being a stranger from a strange land.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm as strange as it gets. Like, quite literally, Kendi is somewhere where he is not supposed to be all of the time.
You got people looking at you saying you don't belong here, and you say, that's exactly right.
I mean, most people just look at him
and you do nothing about it.
In Eastern countries, they will look at him and like those kind of people exist, like with those skin color. Holy shit! Like, I look at the first time, and then
I'm very excited to play Kendi because he's going to be such like a Django character. I'm so excited to play him.
In order to get you into character, we have started playing Who Killed Captain Alex on a loop for you.
Well, that's the problem. He's Congolese, not Ugandan.
Exactly. Why isn't he Ugandan? We got all the fun movies. We got McCullywood.
Yeah, because that wasn't one of the options you gave me.
Change it.
I might actually.
We also have, depending on what spirit you bring in, I have cunning, respect, war, and wisdom effects for your spirits too. To show you, if you're bounding this kind of spirit to it, what kind of bonus would it make sense for it to give. So, along with giving examples as to what kind of items would the different tribes use for fetishes. And on top of that, how spirit brokering works. Something that you need in these games is a theurge, because he is the guy who's going to negotiate the contract between yourself and the spirit. You need a theurge in your tribe, no matter what game you're playing. And, well, not just for the Mother's Touch, but for the fetishes. So, Behold, I
want
have
them.
a list of stuff in here as to how you're supposed to roleplay out spirit brokering. That's what I'm calling it. And along with what kind of checks you need to make, how's this ongoing conversation? Very much in the same kind of vein as Shin Megami Tensei, when you negotiate with a demon to join your service in that game. That was on my mind when I was writing that. And what's next? Page 233, we get the sexy Reynard.
Hang on.
Wait a minute. What page? What page?
233.
233, was that the player's guide or the core book?
Core book.
There it is.
So, Sean, I know what you were going for with Reynard. I decided to completely ignore it.
Okay, that look like someone who how to put it in nice words. I don't know how to put it in nice words. It's look unique.
Yep.
It's unique.
Yeah. Well, thank you, because I
It's
do it.
very, very, very unique.
Yeah, that was me.
I mean, I look at the other art and I see this and I know the difference, you know? I don't know why, but I felt it.
I put this in here just to mess with Sean. That's why we did this.
You know why?
You're a cruel bastard.
When you said that, like, you know, when you said like you're gonna make the art, I felt like Stickman, because like, you know, Reynard is always in shadow. You know, nobody really like knows. You know, if he sees them, and he, you know, that'd be like Stickman, but it turns out this.
You get what you
so
get.
we pretty much do what
Why he's
Octavian
winking at
did.
me? Why he's winking at me? It's weird. Why he has huge breasts?
Yeah. Why not?
That was his menace deformity.
See, chicks with dicks, rep red.
Yeah. What? Okay. So sorry. It's like it's the Summon Vion, but more to the east. Okay.
See, all right. Next up, we have the monster manual. We have a little monster manual waiting for you in this book, and we talk about the Banes. Now, as for the Banes, I went more for them being based off of moral vices rather than environmental shit, because let's be honest, let's leave that environmental shit in the past. I mean, Fern Gully was the dumbest shit in the world. That was a terrible movie. And every other movie that did that too in the 80s and 90s, where you get this anal flex spiked dildo up my ass, reminded me to recycle my plastic bottle message for a force that I will never see. I mean, do we really need to talk about environmentalism in 2024?
I mean, no, but like it's like for the werewolf, they have to be in some degree environmental, because they fight for Gaia, for Earth, for environment. Right. So it's like, like if you really need it or not, like you could make the part of the game because it's, you know, kind of what you fight for, you know, but you couldn't.
Yeah,
but it's like maybe continue.
Which is why we still have some of those Banes in here. I still made a Smog Bane, a Balefire Bane, a Sludge Bane, and a Plastic Bane, along with a Bane for viruses, where, you know, man-made diseases kind of Bane.
Yeah, it's, wouldn't Plastic run antithetical to Great Trash Heap?
It would, because, you know, plastic doesn't biodegrade. Great Trash Heap is made out of all the fun plastic, like wood and banana peels and watermelon rinds.
Oh, fun waste.
Yeah,
he's the compost. He's the compost guy.
Yeah.
See, my great big pile of shit. It's a totem.
Malagen Banes, though, that's new to me. Fucking 15 levels of health. What the hell?
You see, that's a boss fight. You're saying, Jenny?
Jesus. Now, you guys cut out for a sec.
For Earthblood?
I think you cut out for a bit.
She's talking about Earthblood. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Yeah, when I was watching videos to get into Werewolf, one of the first things I saw was the trailer for Earthblood. I'm like, oh, I guess this is what this game is mainly about, though.
Dorkly made a Dorkly Animation made a furry superheroes joke cartoon that was about that. And when I was watching the Earthblood trailer, I only thought about that fucking furry superhero video. And I'm thinking, this is the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't mean like gay as in homosexual, I mean gay as in fucking retarded. And this is what you want your game to be about? Seriously?
Homicidal murder furries. Like, oh, is this what it's really about? But and then I saw more. Huh?
Yeah, it's about eco-terrorism and about pasting yourself to a freeway to protest climate change.
It's eco-terrorist furries.
Well, no, if you want the eco-terrorist furries, that's why the Red Talons exist.
Exactly.
They just not as eco.
They don't paste themselves to the freeway, they paste other people to it.
Yeah. Well, they smear them across the freeway like paste.
In hindsight,
having what?
Having in hindsight, having a Fianna be the main protagonist and him just being just being the homicidal maniac that he is, kind of laughable.
Along with having the Red Talons turn on him in the middle of a mission. How?
Wait, did that happen in the game?
Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
That happened. A Red Talon gets pissed at you for not saving his other furry buddies, and he turns on you in the middle of a mission, letting an Indron executive get away.
Oh, actually, the
Karen
was actually corrupted.
Is that corrupted? Schmupted? As many wild spirits as you've got floating around your brain. Oh my! This is the dumbest story ever written. I mean, you know your story's bad when I'm looking at Yeek and I'm thinking this is a masterpiece in comparison.
Bro, it would have been better if Idana was a black spiral dancer, taunted her father about being away.
Give me a game where I play as a BSD. That would be fun.
Sorry, didn't get the last part. Sorry.
Yeah, make a new werewolf game, but make me play as a black spiral dancer and give me all the Fomori powers. That'd be fun.
I feel like it would be like a Star Wars TIE Fighter X-Wing sort of thing going on there, where you'd have one where you get to play as just a regular, what was it? One where you play as just a werewolf, and another where you play as Black Spiral.
That would be very fun. It'd be very fun.
Detects your save data from one or the other and changes the story.
See, check out what we've got on page 236 and 237 for Mori.
Yes.
Everybody's favorite cannon fodder, where they're even deadlier than ever.
One thing real quick.
Little IGN review. You're saying?
Notice you don't have breeder banes in here.
You introduced that idea to me after I wrote this segment. Don't worry.
Okay.
Do not worry. We're bringing it in soon.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll have
a day one patch.
Do you want to read the homebrew first?
You say that again?
Do you want to read the homebrew first for more ideas?
See, send me what you've got. Send me what you got in a DM.
It's going to be like a week. Got to type it up.
All right. Once you finish that, send it to me.
Okay.
And I copied over powers that were from Freak Legion. So yeah, this D100 cheat you're saying, that's not entirely my idea, but I brought it back and modified what some of the powers did. And along with that, you have the other random powers table, where what you're seeing before you, I added in a few new powers, and we have a total of 195 different Fomori powers for your monster of the week.
It has a fucking lot.
Yep. It was around, like 50 in Freak Legion. We bumped it up to 95. And some of these are fun, like the Antimatter Blast.
Yeah, that...
Where
Wait, what? They have plasma guns now?
5d10
Exactly.
difficulty 8. Permanently removes a portion of the body. Fuck that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So,
look,
yeah,
Grim has already lost enough arms in our game, okay?
it's that the Fomori, the way they're written in previous editions, come off to me as cannon fodder unless you're fighting a Phyractoid. This, I want the Fomori first and foremost to be scarier to fight, where if you're fighting a Fomori, this isn't just you going through the motions. One bad roll, and that can fuck up your character. That's kind of
especially with the damage in this version.
Exactly, because if it hits, it hurts. along with some other fun stuff like electrokinesis, just draining your bioplasma with energetic drain, extra speed, extra limbs, a literal flame tongue. A lot of fun making some of these powers. And not only that, we've got a full generalized Fomori stat page for you to look at too, but we also brought back a few fun ones like the Enticer, the Gorehounds, the Normal Lights are back, the Sick Lungs, the Burger Men.
Oh, the Burger The Burger Man.
Ah, yeah, I'm your Burger Man. If we fight one of those, if we fight one of those in Rage Across Appalachia, I've got to get the karaoke version of that ZZ Top song in the background for it. And of course, the Formorax are back, and once again, we got Black Spirals. I got a full. How far did I go up to this? I went up to level 4 in terms of what kind of gifts they had, but Black Spiral Dancers return, and they have their own gifts. Wonderful. So yeah, I fucked up a little bit with Inner Key with this one, but it's all right. A little bit of shitty formatting never hurt anybody.
Yep. I mean, it's a lot of info.
Next up, we got the Mockery Breeds, where we brought back the Samza, because I really like the idea of the Samza, because epic Kafka reference. Thank you guys for making that.
Yeah.
Question.
Question. Because I didn't remember. Did you bring up in Mokole episode the evil purple Mokole that works for?
You mean Barney?
The evil Barney, yes.
Yeah, evil Barney. Oh my god, I forgot to mention that. That's such a stupid idea.
But it's awesome.
What?
So yeah, you can fight the evil.
Demon Barney is a thing they put in because that show was so bad they had to make a demon version of him.
It's funny as shit.
Yeah,
Oh
and at the
my
end of the program, the children are bring to the Umbra and the dinosaur eats them. So
Yes.
yeah.
So, if you remember the creepypasta 1999, yes, exactly that.
Yeah, it's 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 the Mokole fused with worm. Yeah, little wormish.
God. Next up, we got the Yeren, the Were-Gorilla.
I'm so glad you kept those.
Yeah, that feels like a marker breed that's close to done in terms of Pantex development of it. Because those are high-functioning gorillas. And once again, I like the idea of you fighting Donkey Kong, where, just like how strong a gorilla is, just the physical strength of one.
Yeah, they're fucking crazy.
I mean, yeah, they can really put strength, but they exhaust fast. But one punch is all they need.
Exactly. That's the same thing with the Yeren. And they can learn some gifts. They can learn up to rank 3 Hamid gifts and up to rank 2 Black Spiral gifts.
When I try to picture one in my mind, I just keep thinking about that monkey summon from Naruto that the third Hokage summoned. That turned into
the Monkey King in question.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm thinking of Pluton from Halo Legends.
And finally, we made another marker breed, the Carrion, the Were-Vulture.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Very, very happy you like them.
Yeah, I can hear that from across Atlantic. Yeah.
No, since the Korax are like my second favorite changing breed, I was thinking like, man, I wish we had more like were-birds.
Yeah.
There
we go. A direct rival to them because all these guys, all the Carrion are made in their Aves form, their Aves form, however you say it, where they start off as vultures and then they get human genes and then become these half human, half bird monstrosities that are made to be snipers. They're trained on how to use guns and they sit on top of buildings and in trees and snipe you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is how mechanics work.
Why stand on top of buildings when you could just fly like the Coast Guard does?
Exactly. You can do a flyby. And
motherfuckers, they are campers? They camping on you?
Yep. Each one is equipped with a sniper rifle of your choice. and they can learn Ragabash gifts.
Oh dang!
And
Up to two. Don't worry, guys. Up to second rank.
yeah, where that really is all you need, because if I were to go further than that, then we're getting to a point where this enemy is getting a little too strong.
Yeah.
See, next up we have the Vujunka, where I brought these guys back. These are the worm humanoids, so to speak. Like, if the worm made people, that's what they would look like. Where they've got these worm heads and worm hands, and they look alien. That's what they look like. They look alien. And lastly, we got everybody's favorite enemy, the Nexus Crawler.
Oh god.
Hell on Earth, right?
Yes.
Stalker vibes.
Exactly. The guys that distort reality just from existing.
13 levels of health. Fuck that. 5 strength, 5 dex, 5... Good lord.
That's an in-game enemy when you fight that.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And for everyone who forgot about Nexus Crawler, looks like it's up on screen right now.
It is scary looking. That's like a fucking Metroid Fusion boss fight.
Exactly. He's nasty as shit.
Holy crap.
I mean,
Fuck
I think
that.
you missed an opportunity with the Nexus crawlers. Instead of just simply turning gravity off, they could invert it or amplify it.
Oh, so when you defeat it, you get the gravity suit?
No. Have you played Stalker?
I played a little bit of it, but I'm really, really bad at it.
Oh, there's a gravity anomaly that pulls you in with super gravity and then releases it, so you just explode outwards with the extreme force.
Yeah, I
So
gotta
I'm
get
just
back.
thinking Nexus crawlers could do that or play with gravity.
Let's see. This is from Dead Space, but I think it fits the Nexus Crawler well.
I gotta get Dead Space remastered.
Yep. Imagine seeing this in a dark alley, and reality just begins to corrupt around you.
It's part where this, like, if I get an art asset for Kendi, it would just be like Tommy gun left click.
First person shooter mode enabled.
That's basically what I'm gonna do in Rage Across Russia.
See.
I'm sorry.
Next
I'm
up, we got
getting
the
bored.
worm spawn.
We need to end this. Oh, there it is. Okay.
We got the worm spawn. If you want to fight a physical incarnation of the worm, that's what it is.
It's creepy looking.
That's the final boss if you fight the worm spawn.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. I see stats and I only see a challenge.
Yep. Here it is. You think you can kill this thing in one turn of boot?
That's the best reaction to that, Shenny.
I mean, maybe. I mean, if I'm going all out, I get 45 damage per turn with claws.
Right.
So,
45. Good
yeah.
lord.
Yeah.
And
I mean, full,
and the way
no, wait a minute. No. 48 because sharpened claws. I never did that gift, but it gives me pluses.
right.
So 48 damage, technically.
You could do that. And keep in mind, you fight the worm spawn in packs. Multiple of these come after you.
Yeah, but if I'm not, if this is not gonna make it in like 1 or 2 turns, I'm fucked. I'm dead on the spot. But yeah,
Hang on.
I could take it.
I don't know. With Seize Energy, 1 Gnosis point, all Gnosis related abilities within 500 feet of the Nexus Crawler immediately stop. Oh wait, that includes its own abilities though, so
Yes.
that's fair.
So, yeah. And next up, we have the Gorgons, where something that bummed me out in the Book of the Wild is that we had no rules on making Gorgons. We had a bunch of preset monsters, and that was it. There was no table like in Freak Legion. So we made one. And behold, we have 19 different Marks of the Wild. So if the Wild wants to jack up your life in a small way, he can do so. Like, I don't know, id inversion, or reality ripples, or formless existence. Behold,
Simply, it's the
chaos.
Warhammer table of mutations.
Exactly. You essentially get zinched is what happens to you.
Oh yeah, we already
Yeah.
established the Wild is just Zinch.
They're very, very similar to Zinch in a lot of ways. And next up is your random wild powers table, where roll 4d10s and see what kind of powers you get.
Oh good lord.
bullet tears, intestines you can spit out and become grappling ropes.
Oh, you get the
telekinesis.
Gripendix from Cruelty Squad.
A collar of leaves just form around your neck.
Green
The ability
cards.
to
Green
glitch out time.
cards. Holy crap! It's like, three cards is like, are they popping faster or they just give you health? Or, when you eat something, you already must go to the toilet because, faster rate, faster heart rate, faster everything.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's that blood rate helping you out.
Yeah.
It's
got more
like that
blood in your
word
body and your
Gears too. I keep making references. I gotta stop doing that.
and you can survive getting hit by an Asimite with that ability.
Oh yeah, I just read it. Holy crap, that's OP. I mean, being a Gorgon means you are blob, but you survived the Asimite.
If you're lucky, you get to keep something resembling a human shape.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at this, and something I remember hearing about the wild is, wouldn't cancer fall under the wild's purview? And no, it wouldn't.
No.
Because
it's like it's the dying of the cells, rapid dying of the cells, or something like that.
Because cancer kills you. You don't evolve and grow with the cancer.
If you get antibodies
Unless you're
from the
Deadpool.
cancer, maybe. Yeah, unless you're Deadpool.
Unless
But
Yeah,
if you get,
go ahead.
I mean, if you get antibody, you have a cancer, you get antibody, to fight the cancer. That's evolution. But if you got only cancer, that's a worm.
Pituitary gland. Get cancer there, you get gigantism.
Exactly. Become a big man.
Yep. But it has to stop there. If it spreads, you're just dead.
If you get in your bones, you get fuzzy bones. You get fuzz growing on your bones. That sounds fun.
Fuzzy bone sounds very uncomfortable.
What the wild does is that it evolves you. It causes you to adapt in the environment. But because it's the wild, he's injecting you with so much of that power, it rapidly changes what you look like to the point where you are now an organism that's no longer of this world. Western Howell, you're about to say something?
I would say just more of just genuine mutation rather than evolution.
Exactly. Well, the wild mutates you, and there's no benefit to the mutation besides.
I mean, it
killing
has
people.
purpose. I mean, killing people, and it has purpose, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have a third arm, you can hold more stuff.
Mhm.
You can grab more stuff. You can patch more things. It has some kind of use. Some kind of you have it more now. You can make more things.
Well, with
example.
with the wild, you're getting abilities that humanity shouldn't have for another 1,000 years, 2,000 years, that kind of stuff. So, when I was developing these powers, stuff like being a psyker came to my mind, where
fuck.
Yeah, Warhammer 40k was on my mind when I was making this. And
Please
I said, you know what?
tell me they
ahead.
don't take you don't take if you. Oh, sorry.
Aren't there psychics in the world of this game, though?
Yes, and I decided to have the wild be directly tied to that.
Question: did they also open the portal to hell itself if they slapped the face?
You can do that. With some of those psychic powers, if you roll poorly enough, you could just open a portal to Flux.
I mean, the hell with the devils of Demon the Fallen stuff.
Oh no, not hell. It's going to send you to the wild world.
Okay, because I don't want like slap some kind of man and he sent Lucifer himself after me.
See, behold, you just summoned Asmodeus straight from hell.
Yeah, because I slapped the guy.
And we have a few pre-made Gorgons as well, like the Wiccaweeds, where do you want your fun little plant monster? Now you got one, because the wild spirit can now possess the plant.
I remember that thing. That's from Halloween special. That I put in the house of the Silver Fangs because prank.
Yep, you planted one in the house of the Silver Fangs.
Nice.
And then I called them inbred fuckers and leave because I was in a good mood.
Yeah, you got taught how to do that from the Nuisha, who planted one, and then you took the seeds and then did the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we took the extra step because we take it from from the ground.
Yeah.
And we like literally push it to the door. I was like like a proud father, look at the baby walking to me. And say, yeah, just a little bit, and I push it to the to the house, lock the door, start to freaking literally destroying the door to wake up Silverfangs and make pure chaos.
Venerate the wild, especially at the cost of others.
If you want to hear that, watch Halloween special.
Yeah.
The history we just talking about is the episode 4. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
there's only 4 episodes, so it goes quick.
Yeah, I was very happy I ran that game. And we got one more type of Gorgon, the Melusine, where, once again, Medusa was on the mind. So why not make women that look like Medusa, but with a few other qualities, a few other bizarre qualities with them? Like, I don't know, reality ripples, probability distortion, primordial hunger, a giant maw that can swallow you in one chomp. So
Delicious.
you look like a normal snake woman until she decides to eat you.
Excuse me, normal snake woman?
Yeah, just a friendly neighborhood UNT.
Yeah.
As if a regular snake woman isn't off-putting enough.
yeah, it's like snake woman. You bear too much on the 4chan, Johnny. You have to settle down. For you now, snake woman and normal.
You get bored by a beautiful snake. What's the hell, you got an idea?
Idea for what?
For the Melusine.
The Melusine?
Yeah, the Gorgons.
Gorgons.
Yeah.
Are mages from the wild as well? Is that where mages come from?
Not quite. We've yet to understand what 10th sphere is supposed to be. The sphere number 10 is supposed to be.
I'm new to the world of darkness. I'm still learning a bit of the lore.
So you're not entirely wrong with that because marauders do exist. So, depending on how that marauder gets made, and the wild reaper and worm do directly play into Mage the Ascension.
Yeah, marauders are technically Malkavian wizards. So yeah. For downgrading into someone who doesn't know the lore, and Malkavians are mad vampires, so just the mad mages. Oh,
exactly.
I always did. Not technically, Werewolf the Apocalypse does the real traditional werewolf, where werewolves are made through rituals and like cursed bloodlines. But I always did like the idea of just spreading the thing through a virus accidentally.
That would be fun. That
That's some rat
can
Kim
make
posting
BSDs
right
that
there.
way. Yeah. See the rat
who are the plague as the humans? Posting on Twitter right now.
I don't know. As a practicing Euthanatos mage.
As an ex-verbena / void engineer, I can say.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spell.
See,
from my 44 Magnum. Hell yeah.
We got
legalized nuclear bombs.
We got drones in the book. Drones
no.
Back. Everybody's favorite enemy that takes forever and a half to kill.
I mean,
of health. How much regeneration?
If you have frozen claws, they don't regenerate.
Exactly.
I feel like the Weaver thing, I like the Weaver, but I don't think her stuff gets built on as much.
Because she only ever makes the one thing. She says,
Yeah,
I want to make drones forever, and this is what I want to do.
Just this.
Simplicity itself.
Yeah, she's President Business from the Lego Movie who wants to get the giant spray glue and spray the entire planet with the spray glue.
So the Weaver loves Taco Tuesday, you say?
Yes.
Exactly. Quit touching my things. Leave my things alone. Only I get to play with the toys.
She wants everything perfectly set in stone, which is why I hate the Weaver more than anything.
Yeah. And drones love tacos, technically. That's not canon.
That's true.
We put it in the book.
Who doesn't love tacos, though?
Me, because it means enslavement by the Weaver.
Sorry, just some questions. Would all drones have to be metallic or robots? Because
Yes.
I know. Okay, second question. What other kind of animals does a weaver have as its representatives? Because I've heard
Mostly
people make arguments for bees, ants,
Spiders,
termites,
Well, there
squids.
were several
beavers.
insect races, but the were spiders killed them all off.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
So
needed control, so the weaver thing.
she.
yeah, but I meant
she
like
has.
spirits.
See, well, not squids. If it's an arachnid, it's hers.
I mean,
So
in the
scorpions?
Rokia,
Yes.
Is she in
episode,
charge of scorpions?
Yes.
What about
Yeah.
ants and termites, since they both build or
They were the other insect races. They were the ones wiped out by the were spiders.
yeah, but not
that-
a race, a
That'd be the
spirit.
wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, in the Rokia episode, you said like the weaver is like crustacean, or no?
crabs, lobsters,
Yes.
the crayfish, the crawdad,
Or crabs.
As a
Yeah. the
Marylander,
shrimp.
I would eat her
If
because
we could
crabs
get
are delicious.
the shrimp on a treadmill gif.
We have a krill issue on shrimpment.
Was I here?
The- So, this is
I always like someone accidentally, like it's a not what's like a mech suit or biosuit exoskeleton that covers the person.
like that where it turns into a Terminator.
Yeah, but like insect type, so like a scorpion maybe, or
Yeah.
scorpion theme, like an actual scorpion, but themed based off a scorpion.
That'll be
Yeah, Kyle,
kinda
if you can
sick.
get that shrimp on the screen. This is the show that's going to kill you people. The Weaver is coming into your screen right now.
So you got so many people that's concerned about the forces of evil that the worm generates, and it is something that we should absolutely be concerned about, that they don't see the threat of the Weaver creeping down beneath their nose, like all the little spiders crawling around on the wires in your house. And they're coming
And when
through.
you
They're
re-
coming through the wire. They're gonna sing you the one song. The one
When
song.
you read the Bible, it tells you exactly about this entity coming in from the next dimension that's going to spray glue everything.
Live in the wild and kill all the humans. We are the best
These
Ferra.
people are not freaking human.
The worst worst. As a rat,
We
as a
haven't
rat
said his
frame,
name, but
I
we
know
all
what
know
to
who we're
say.
talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the rat kid, the best Ferra, the only Ferra who's best. And I made my impression of some politician from America.
Owen Schroyer is a Korax.
Oh my
think we
god, I
broke
went
Johnny.
out shown before I said that.
Put this man in your World of Darkness games. He'd fit right in.
Please.
So for vampires, behold the big damn list I made for vampires. If you want to make a vampire NPC, I had to really cut down on this because if I were to put the entirety of vampires mechanics into this, are we still playing werewolf by that point? So I've lessened the amount of disciplines they could use down to 3 as an average, up to 5 with certain disciplines. And if you want to make an NPC vampire in this game, there you go. There's your list for it. And this took a lot of time to make.
Yeah, it did. Good
Well-
lord. You have like all the fucking disciplines in here.
Yeah,
He
along
did
with
it.
different kind of vampires, like the ghouls, the neonates, the shovelheads, the hounds, harpies, bishops, seneschals.
Yeah,
And-
and Bali with Daimonion.
I had to put. I told you how much I love Clan Bali. I had to put them.
Yeah, I know that you love Clan Bali, but holy shit.
For the lesser known vampires, well, vampire creations like the gargoyles were interesting to me.
Yeah. I should have put them in, come to think about it, but Flight wouldn't be that interesting to put in because Zinrian only does the one thing.
I mean, who doesn't want to fly?
We did put the Daughters of Cacophony in the game, though.
Did you put Pink in there?
Yep. Which
What
one?
in there?
Pink Bloods.
Yes.
Actually, do we? Hang on.
Yes, they're humans.
Oh yeah.
That's not the same.
You see a thin blood and you're a werewolf, just flick it and it dies.
That's true.
Easy schmeezy. And next up, I made some mages for you. A mage stat block. really had to cut down the mages because, good God, the stuff you can do in Mage the Ascension.
Yeah.
We're
I
gods.
mean,
Yes,
Yeah,
you
gods.
become as gods.
I mean, with the never to be found recording of the Christmas special of the Mage, you
I
could
found
be
out just
very powerful.
how broken they were in terms of
Yeah.
mechanics.
Imagine firing 44 Magnum revolver whose bullets are just fireballs from D&D at the
Yes.
Kranos werewolf and one-shotting it.
Yes.
So werewolf?
Yeah. Thanks to the rules of consensus, the paradox of mages don't apply to werewolves. If a werewolf sees them casting a spell, paradox doesn't go off.
I mean, technically,
So-
all supernaturals count. Maybe
Exactly.
except ghouls, but I don't know if that's true.
when you fight a mage in this game, that's a boss. That is a boss fight. If you're putting up
Yeah.
multiple mages in front of your players, that's probably going to be a TPK.
Oh man, I imagine how that is for werewolves. Like you're so used to just killing things with ease, and suddenly there's just this mage. Like, the fuck is this?
Why won't you die in one hit?
That mage comes up and
I
he
mean-
does the Hokuto Shinken 100 Fist Rush and blows you up with his punch.
Also, yeah, but also they die from one punch, but they punch you, one time, and you die also.
Yeah, which is,
Going back to not werewolves. Going back to vampires real quick. What's the difference between a Bruja and a true group?
True Bruja. So, we're going to talk
the
about the when we do an
libertarians and the
episode on Bruja.
communists.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
not
say
too,
this.
not too far
so
away in the
which-
future.
Bruja,
Which one is?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me explain it to you. So the Bruja the Antediluvian only ever sired up allegedly one vampire in the form of Troil, who then diabolized Bruja and then stole the clan from Bruja. So Troil pretty much turned a clan into just a bloodline. But here's the thing. Thanks to the Tamahera subplot, along with other stuff, there have been other vampires that have appeared that have Bruja's original discipline, Temporis, which stops time. You're moving so
I mean-
quickly that time stops.
manipulate. Technically, you slow down time, and you not accelerate yours.
Yeah,
It depends
the
on the powers,
Matrix.
and you look to the past time. So I mean, object and people. So yeah, it takes out celerity.
Yeah,
They can
Dio
still punch
Brando.
hard, but they can manipulate time.
Basically, it's like that one scene from what was the X-Men movie, Days of Future Past or something like that,
Yeah, with
where
Quicksilver.
the Quicksilver scene.
Yeah.
The only good scene in that
Oh.
movie.
Yeah, that's how fast you're moving with the true Bruja.
Well,
I mean,
Oh,
celerity with V20 also, but I mean, most is like the powers of Temporis is it's little obscure. Your powers work little also like the turtle from DC Comics, the Flash.
Yes.
So like combine Flash and Turtle from DC, and you have the Temporis.
See, Kyle, scroll down to page 301 in this book.
All right.
Now, you're looking at the core book and you're thinking, oh, we're in the technocracy segment. Whose name is that on the page 301?
On page 301, the
Yeah, page
Bunyip.
301. Whose name is that? Yep. What are they doing here?
Oh, the progenitors is why they're here.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
The progenitors, the children of Gaia have been wasting their time trying to clone the Bunyip because the progenitors have already accomplished that. They're already made. There's already Bunyip going around, but because it's the progenitors, they're so banal and so weaverfied that they've lost a lot of their spirit abilities. So yeah, the Bunyip are still alive, but they're not the Bunyip you used to know.
I bring back the cow people. I like those guys.
The Apis.
The Apis? Yeah.
Yeah, the Apis, and the children of Gaia get all their mommies and daddies back.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it
In all
is.
honesty, I wish. No, I was not hoping, but the Grinders sounded cool. They sound much more useful than the Rat King,
Kick
who are
their
just
asses to the
violent.
curb. Get the werepigs out of here.
I mean, Gronder
No,
are
they
technically
were
the one.
cleaners.
Yeah.
They were the cleaners, weren't they?
Yes, they were the cleaners. They literally made rite of. I mean, not say like they did, but rite of cleansing is like their
The were-
shtick, but like multiplied by 20, and they could like cleanse the pits and help it and whatever the worm throw. But and they came from these pits unscathed. But Garus said, "You are not unscathed. We smell bullshit, but it wasn't bullshit." And they kill werepix.
Crying for the janitors.
Honestly, I like how technocracy wants to have the Pharaoh on their side, not just eliminate them.
Yes.
I mean, they need numbers. They need soldiers.
You get
There
to
are not so many
control the
mages.
Pharaoh.
We already have the Garu who are the warriors. What's the point of the Ratkin? Just to be ultimately violent?
The Ratkin are population control measures. They spread the
They were
plagues
put
that
on
destroy.
to kill humans.
Yeah, the Garu meant to be protectors. Ratkin made to be killers. Simply as that.
I like to
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I guess.
The Ratkin are just for human overuse of the antibiotics. I like to imagine they're just waiting, like, this is gonna be our one these days. We want to split a virus.
Yeah.
The moment you
They're anti-vaccine
Just one
people.
These days.
I don't care what you say. I still like the Grondo.
Yeah.
See. Do you like the Wraiths because they're on page 305? You want to fight a Wraith because there's the rules for it.
That was smooth as butter, man.
Yep. That's transition,
Ghost?
bro.
Whatever. But no, go. Sure, the race sound interesting.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
We only have two types of Wraiths for you to fight: the Grim Legion and the Spectres, because you're not going to get in a fight within a member of the Iron Legion. That's not going to happen. And see, and then no, not with animalism in this game, because that would just shut down a werewolf encounter if we did that with animalism.
Yep.
Yeah, and with the Grim Legion and the Spectres, those are two guys you're going to be fighting. Now you can modify this stuff. You can modify what I did with the Grim Legion, and make it the Silent Legion, the Penitent Legion, whatever Legion from Wraith you want. But realistically, you will never get in combat with a Wraith from those legions. And as I do in my games, I don't make a stat block for NPCs you don't go into combat with. And I wouldn't really recommend it to anybody. Next up, page 310. What is it, Kyle?
The Changelings, the Fae.
Exactly.
The
Fae few.
Had a lot of fun making these, where I realized I was going to spend way too much damn time if I made a stat block for every single kit, so instead I just gave them modifiers and a general stat block to save time, because oh my god, the amount of man hours.
Yeah, you fucking worked your ass off on this.
We did give the She their own stat block, though. And yeah, but the She, that's a boss fight, because even though they go down in one hit like a mage does, the She have got some crazy powers. Crazy powers. If you're fighting that guy on the near dreaming, forget it.
Yeah, fucking strength 4, dex 5, stamina 5. Good lord.
And if you want to help them fight the Chimera over in the dreaming, you can do so, because I gave them a stat block. Where would you like to fight literal nightmares and daydreams? Therefore, we have the Chimera.
Nice.
And next up, what's that? The Hunters.
Oh, I always would have been.
I always love the idea of just like a normal human. Like, yeah, they're weak, they're normal humans. But I just love the idea they're just, I'm fighting you.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Put
You
your
have little
paws,
bonuses
homie.
depending on what conclave you come from.
Put your paws, homie. Time to fight.
Show me those hands.
Bring on the Belmonts.
Yep.
Exactly. Then you fight the Imbued, and oh my god.
Yeah.
2 extra dice to every attack and dodge.
Oh, seriously?
Each one of those dice they roll, those 2 extra, those are automatic successes.
Good lord.
Yeah.
It's okay,
You're
I
fighting-
understand why didn't you put powers, because there's a ton of them, but yeah.
You got God's chosen coming after you.
Yeah.
Quick question on that. Is it just the Jehovah God, or also like Hindu gods, or just
I think it's
The Hindu god in question, above Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, is one Brahman, who is the god with a capital G. So this is why you don't have these big fights between Hindus and Abrahamic religions, because the big god is still a thing amongst all those religions. It's
So when the religion has capital G gods, I think you can be imbued by him.
Or the capital B Brahma, depending on what part of the world you live in.
Yeah.
And then I put stuff for demons in here, and forget it. Did not make a stat block for them.
It's
Well, we
like
already
Kane
know.
shit. It's like Kane shit. Fuck you. You
Yep.
dead.
Don't put a demon in your game. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have what to do to put him, but not to fight him, because you don't fight him.
And you might get mad at me. Why did I not put that much stuff in terms of Farah in here? I'm saving that for a Farah book that's going to be later down the line. So I put the essentials in here, like stuff that you will encounter in your games.
Yeah,
For the
they
Farah
just
reading book.
appetizers, everybody. Appetizers. They will be a full meal soon.
Is that
Okay.
right?
I don't know how much
Alright.
soon. I just say that.
Yeah, we got the for the Bastet. I just made the Simba and the Balam, who are depending on situations directly antagonistic towards the werewolves. So the Simba and the Balam you will be fighting at some point if you have a game in Africa or the Amazon.
Wait, I thought
the
they were
Koraks are-
fighting Gentex together, or is this like different than yours? It's fine.
The Balam are so hyper violent and hyper angry that they forget who they're fighting with sometimes.
Yes.
That's
They're
fine.
incredibly
Yeah.
The
prickly.
best way to explain it. And next up, we brought like the Koraks. If you want a Koraks NPC, we have one.
Yeah, let's
Woo.
go.
And
I'm
with
looking
a
at
fun little-
I love the
I'm looking
Koraks.
at
chorus.
Christmas Eve bomb and I'm just laughing.
yeah, the
Hold up.
the
Where?
Epic Mother 3 reference.
It's on page 327.
Let's see. The Koraks delivers a special package along with espionage. The package in question is a large object that the Koraks drops as a bomb onto the head of a target that they're paid to kill. An eagle spirit teaches this gift. The
What
Koraks
hell?
touches an object that is up to 15 cubic feet in size, spins one gnosis, and compresses the object into your talon. You need to be in Corvid form to do this. While the talon stays closed, the item stays compressed within it. When the Koraks opens the talon, the item will appear in its usual size again. Behold.
Yep.
All I
the
want
green-
for Christmas is you. Dead.
So if you want to drop an air conditioner unit on somebody's head and then fly away, you can do that with the Koraks.
I swear, officer, the dressing room TV unbolted itself from the wall and flew out the window. I fucking
We brought
love
back
the Korax.
everybody's favorite crybaby's back, the girl.
They're cuddly.
Yeah.
We're all the big.
I like the girl. They're not
See,
meant
they're
to be
mo-
fighters.
They're mama's boys at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're too harsh on them. They're not meant to be fighters. They're killers. They can fight, but that's not their main job.
Prerogative, no.
See,
Obviously.
the girl character comes out wearing his diaper and his bonnet with a bottle in one hand, sucking his thumb.
It's like the
Yeah.
episode of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. I feel like I put like in the north, like I don't know, sipping some water, and then the girl comes him and he cries about him, cries about how old is man, etc. And he just sighs and drinks and reads something.
Is that you gotta look at the girl and you think, we chose to exterminate these guys? They don't do anything.
I mean, like why
Teach
would
us how to revive
anyone
people.
bother? Like
Yeah.
from the Pure Lands viewpoint, like, wait, why did you kill the girl? Because they have necromantic magic, blah blah blah. Who the fuck told you that? They
Fucking birds. The birds told them.
Yeah,
Excuse
probably the Korax.
I mean,
They
come
teach
to
it as
people.
gifts. What the fuck
Yeah,
did you
Tana
do?
probably have. They probably have that gift already. Just don't tell anybody about it.
Oh
More
yeah,
than likely.
absolutely, fucking literally.
See, Who's next? The Macaulay. I put him in the book. A very simplified Macaulay because, oh my god, as we talked about in the Macaulay episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I was.
You take that, you roll some dice into the Famori table, and you have your evil Barney.
Exactly. Put the Naga in here because we had to put the Naga in here, and
You
the
wish I was
Narisha
there.
come back. The Retkin come back, and I did not put the Rokia in here because, as much as I love the Rokia, more than likely you will never encounter one in your game.
I don't know. When do we get to the fucking what was it? When do we get to the Rage Across Africa pirate game?
You gotta go into the ocean.
I'm okay with that.
You gotta hold this cinder block and hold on to it until you reach the bottom of the ocean.
Look at me.
Hey!
I'm the captain.
And then
now.
and only then will you find the Rokia.
To go quick back to one of your mockery breeds, the buzzard
Yes.
or court. I do believe I'm not trying to say yours is bad now. I do believe the game actually had like a worm aligned thing called buzzards.
Yeah.
They took.
Yeah.
They took.
There were that was the corrupted Korax, but I decided to make it a literal buzzard.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to make breeds. I was going to do the shark.
The shark.
It's strike. It's related to corvids, and it's the thing that puts the bodies of its victims on spikes.
Yeah, on the thorn bush.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to, which I thought would be fucking hilarious. Not hilarious, terrifying. You just go into the thing and you see a bunch of bodies.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
There
Also laughed. I mean, terrifying.
That's a Zumichi mood right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you want to check out the vibe of the room. I heard about the animals like puts his victim on a fucking spike. Yeah, it's so hilarious. There is no laughs. I mean, terrifying. That's terrible. No,
that sounds like such a fucking Vigo response. He's like, oh, he got it right through his leg and through his neck. That's just, I mean, it's terrible. Absolutely dreadful. It's truly.
I mean, you can see the intestines.
Fucking love Vigo.
Slightly, the Predator movie, the Alien, the way they fight, they just leave decorations.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but
If it bleeds,
with
we
the
can kill
hose
it.
stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
Now close the core book and pull up the player's guide.
All right.
Question: who's Johnny, Roger, and B?
Yeah. See, that would be me.
Full name? Shit.
Yes.
So you Bush Jr. G.R. Bush Jr.
he figured it out. Shit. That. I tried thinking of a George W. Bush thing. I couldn't say anything because I'm too busy laughing.
God damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I won. We got
We found out this is what he did after his presidency. Started
All
making books.
nations must band together to fight the terrorist threat. Now watch this drive.
Fight the axis of evil. You remember Germany, Japan, and Italy? They were the axis of evil before. Guess what? They're back on it. You want to add Afghanistan to the axis of evil? How many other countries can we name and add them to the axis of evil? Let's get on with that player's guide. See. So, what is something that has always been cool for flavor but has had no mechanical purpose whatsoever? Camps.
Yes.
We're going to camp, everybody.
You will scroll down to page 28. We have added a system for camps where that 28 starts with the flavor, but you now get camp bonuses depending on what camp you took.
Hang on, this is the player.
So-
No. 28 of the player's guide is still the Black Furies.
Yeah,
Black camps.
you're seeing all the different camps. Yeah.
Yeah, you have descriptions. You
Yeah.
have to read them.
Yes. Yeah, I thought you had like a list of them. I think you had that in the core book, but
It's
Yeah,
it's
no,
here,
the
but
bonuses weren't here.
a little below.
oh, okay.
So let's talk about the camps that we added into this book, along with some stuff that returned. Athena's Court is a new camp. You remember reading the Oresteia in high school, right?
I actually did not.
So
No.
these are
I don't know.
lawyer and legislation Black Furies is what these ladies are.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Mm.
Yeah, actually following along with more of the Greek inspiration and having them be like venerate Athena in a way.
Bit of Legally
And
Blonde
Athena
in
being
there.
a goddess of justice, you join that. The Bacchatees are back. Sure excited about that. Let's see. And then, because it's 2024, I added in the New Age Spartans, where, if you remember during our Black Fury episode, we talked about Spartacus, who died a martyr for fighting for men's rights within the Black Furies. Because this is an age where What is a Woman had to be turned into a documentary, I made this camp where it brings that into question. What would be a woman in this day and age? And you either agree with the politics behind it or you heavily disagree. I put it in there for the sake of bringing that into the Garou Nation, and how would that change the internal structure of the Garou Nation? Because if it's subjective now, if being a Black Fury is subjective, if your sex is subjective, then what does that mean for the Black Furies as a tribe anymore? Yeah.
I do remember in the 5th edition, I don't even think it's feminist anymore in the 5th edition.
No,
No,
even
it
that.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I was so
You're
pissed
gonna
about
go
that. That was the
to
most
that
chicken
video.
shit thing you could have done.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to that video and there will be Black Fury section, you can hear the angry stomps, like Johnny walk away from his microphone, scream from his
Oh yeah.
from his entire house, and microphones
mad
I
about
haven't heard any.
Yeah.
I haven't ever heard John that mad at anything. It was nuts.
Because
The difference between the Black Furies and the Bone Gnarls anymore in the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like Melissa is in our server, and she talked about how playing as a Black Fury felt empowering as a feminist. She's a former. I don't know if she's still with Ridge Cross the Internet or not, but she brought that up in an episode talking about the Black Furies, and I think it was her. It might have been producer Joey instead, but either way, you took that away from it, so that's another woman's space that's just gone. And
people can't have spaces.
yeah.
Can't have men's spaces. Can't have women's spaces. It all has to be the same.
Yeah, exactly. And I called it like it was. That was a sexist thing for them to do with the Black Furies in that game.
Surprisingly,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd be that sexist towards women. I mean, towards men,
Exactly.
not towards women.
Exactly. And you have Kareem Muammar to blame for that one. So much shit that happened when that game was his fucking fault.
They got rid of Gang, which was more male heavy, and they just turned the feminists into not feminists anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's such bullshit. The Shadow Watchers, where there was a tidbit about the Black Furies. Remember when we did the episode that they had a small agreement with each other after the Bosnia Civil War? Well, not so much as Civil War, so much as it was a genocide, but since the Shadow Lords have taken over, the Black Furies made a camp just to keep an eye on the Shadow Lords. They who watch the Watchers, right?
Yep.
And of course that plays with the whole inner Calyx kind of stuff. The Bonars. What did we add with the Bonars? We added in the Rich Eaters. Guess what they do?
They're
Eat
communists.
the rich.
No, they hate rich people and kill them.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Oh, so more aggressive boners. So
Yes.
So they're competent Antifa.
They're
Yeah.
I mean,
they're
in Boner
Bruja
episode
that actually do the goddamn job.
yeah, I mean, in the Boner episode, there was said that they are technically like reflection of the Bruja. That they are rebellious, but they know what to do after the rebellion. That's the
They have
thing.
half a brain.
Yeah, they have a brain. So yeah, that makes sense.
We also added the Scrappers, where there's a group of ratkin called the Engineers who build stuff out of scrap metal. Why don't the Bonars have that? So we added in. I mean, it just makes sense.
I don't know.
If the ratkin are doing it, you should do it too.
I'm sold on the PVC pipe staff that fires a flechette storm of hot roofing nails. That's pretty tight. Pretty orcish, I'm not gonna lie.
You say you put the nails in here and then you blow it like a blowgun and then it comes out flaming up because I put a light on the end of it.
For the war, we need more Daka, and that's it.
For the Burning Crown, these are all new. We start off with the Flames of Atonement, who believe that these are Silverfangs that accept that their tribe did horrible, horrible things during their time, and are trying to beg for forgiveness and atone for the sins of their fathers. The Flames of Atonement. The Peasant Kings, the King Peasants, which is what Rapid made.
I mean, mostly you. It is the unexpected twin of the camp I made.
Yes.
Simply, those are the Silverfangs who, after the fall, said, "Okay, we did the bad stuff. We have to change our direction. We have to do something. We can just sit around or scream or cry or whatever. We have to come back at top." And what they did, they start making the fetish weapons and sell them for so maybe marriage communions for the new Garu, for resources, for land, for anything they can. So simply the forgers of the fetishes who want to get back on top, but it's very slow climb. But they don't cry or scream that they want the power back or they're sorry.
All right, we lost our standing with our totem falcon. What can we do? Oh, I don't know. We'll buy his affection.
Money.
No, I thought about that, and I think the totem of this special camp, I don't know if it will be or not, but I think it could be Stork.
We will add
the bringers of new seasons and the bringers of childs, the new generation. Yes. So the completely new leaf. I don't know if it will be there, but it's just the concept.
If I were to give a concept, I've seen Japanese things where it's hands for the coin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when storks went for winter to Japan. Shit.
Next up, our next camp is
Moonstone Priesthood.
Yep. Where this is the same as the Ivory Priesthood, but now you have to work extra hard to appease Luna because, once again, you're on a shit list on every other tribe.
I don't appease Luna. Luna is crazy. I'll try and get a different god. Fuck her.
Exactly.
Helios is right there.
Oh, no.
Next up, we got the...
If you fuck with Luna, she fuck with you, and you don't want that.
I have been cursed 3 fucking times. I already know.
Hey, you deserve it.
No other gods they can go to besides Luna.
Helios, but you have to deal with the sinners at the hands of an angry Luna in that case.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Next up, who do we have? It's
Red
the Red
Templars.
Yep.
The Silverfangs that said we did nothing wrong. You're in the wrong for ousting us, and we're going to get revenge on you.
Fuck you, I'm right.
Yep. They're just coping and seething.
Damon Scorn, our lore character, is a Red Templar.
Okay. Yeah. I have to say I love Fangs. I never hated them like some people do, but this your fanfic one made is like one of my favorite. I love redemption arcs. I do. I'm a sucker for that. It's something I've always just fallen over heels for, is a redemption arc for a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get a whole tribe dedicated to that. And then one that refuses.
They finally made them stop inbreeding. Like, fine, you can't do that anymore.
So,
I mean, if they want to, they will do that. But most camps, they say, no, we can't. We lost too much.
Hemophiliacs and a chin that could hit a home run.
We brought the renewal list back, and the renewal list, well, there's not really that much to change about the renewal list. I mean,
Edin, you were saying something? Sorry, I have to...
I recall you mentioning Arcady, and I was like, isn't that one of the redemption arcs in like standard Werewolf before 3.5e? You mentioned him, but what did you do with him?
He's already dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that character you like, guess what, bucko? He's dead.
He's been dead.
If I recall, he died finding a worm properties.
Yeah, I
Yes.
just
Oh,
thought
yeah.
Johnny brought
And
it
this is
back.
before because I read the last battle first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought Johnny brought him back. I was like, oh, you dropped his name. Where is he?
And who's next? It is
The
the
Spiteful
Spiteful
Seal.
Seal. We will steal your shit as revenge. So
That's actually kind of funny to me.
Hippity hoppity, I'm stealing your property.
Property
See,
mine.
the-
I dare you to do something about it.
So they have stolen like all their territory from the Pharaoh. So it's like, has this really changed?
yeah. So what's yours is now mine, and what's mine is also mine.
Spiteful Seal is just this team. You can trespass here every night, and he just say you cannot deny these nuts, and just it. That's the
Squatters'
Spiteful
rights
Seal.
is what it is. It's just squatters' rights, the tribe.
Yeah.
Who's next? Kyle, you
Unforgiving.
really like this one from yes, where they say, "Fuck it, we don't want to live anymore. We're going to go down in a blaze of glory."
It's just
Kamikaze.
it's all Hirano.
Yeah.
It's the tribe that's oops all Hirano.
And lastly, the Wild Returners, who say, in order to get back in the good graces, in order to become better than we ever were, we're going to fully lean on the wild for support.
That's the Red
Gorgon
Talon.
block.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yep. We're going to copy what the Red Talons are doing because the Red Talons had a good idea, but we're not going to
Yeah.
become all lupus. We have a bloodline to preserve.
Yeah. I mean, you put Gorgon star block for a reason, and you can use it.
I still see them just mating with the commoners, even if they're not going to inbreed anymore. Or still other people. It's the commoners you can have to deal with.
You gotta keep it in the family.
No,
God,
I'm just
See.
like the Rockefellers. I can see them breeding their way into Bedrock or whatever. No, Blackrock. There we go.
BlackRock.
Yeah.
BlackRock?
BlackRock is a Pentex firm. Let's be real.
Yeah, IRL.
They're one of the companies buying up all the property in
into
real
the
life.
wealthy.
Yep.
And
You will own nothing.
see, and Children of Gaia, we've got a lot to get through with this one because I added in a bunch of ones that were taken out in second edition.
Okay, let's see if you made them actually.
All right.
I've made them.
The Aethera and Amorata, who are the baby makers. You want to get pregnant? These guys help you do it.
All right.
Job, asshole, stop stealing.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be around the child, or no? They just do the deed and go away.
Well, of course they can just get you pregnant themselves.
Also, they like Svatki. Cholera jasna.
Yeah.
They just they matchmaking you with kinfolk.
Yep.
Holy crap!
They have the heart-shaped bed that's with like the felt sheets on it that vibrates.
I love that the
Snorted the
entire
Viagra.
Guru nation is like all deadbeat fathers and mothers. I'm just going out to get some help.
I mean,
And after they make the babies, the angels in the garden take care of them. Because these are the werewolves that love taking care of children. And if they find a pedophile, will do everything they can to hunt them down and kill them.
Based.
So
they kill.
Well done.
Ooh.
Good
basically
shit.
the sound of freedom. Basically the sound of freedom.
I love kids, Charlie. I love kids.
Yeah, don't
Pam,
say
I should
that
be
out
saying
loud.
Pip, I wouldn't be saying that out loud if I were you.
See, the blood donors, where these are guys who are willingly giving vampires their blood in hopes of winning them over.
Good lord, I need to meet one of those.
Yeah.
Man, imagine that vampire switching over to human blood and being disappointed.
I can
doesn't
see
get
them
the human
collecting a
blood
lot of
perks.
thin bloods, like because thin bloods are
Exactly.
rejected by normal vampires.
Yeah, them and Kadif. And yeah,
Mhm.
no, those are allies being left on the table that the Shell Lords aren't taking. And who's next? The Mercy Killers, who are a camp that are dedicated to euthanizing Black Spiral dancers once they capture them. They try to get the Black Spiral Dancer to repent for being aligned with the worm before executing them. And that's what that tribe did. That's what that camp does. See, hello, Victor.
Vic, what up, bro?
Hey, Victor.
See.
Hey guys, just on 10-minute break at work. Don't mind the echo.
Don't mind the echo. Don't mind
let me check the level real quick. Vic, say something.
I'll just crank him down.
Hello.
All right, no, I think you're good. Never mind. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
And who else to add in? The World Tree, who are this entire garrison of Church of Gaia that defend the Yggdrasil in the Deep Umbra.
I read that earlier today. I actually really like that idea.
Yeah, the thing is they're a little hard to play
Gaia
because
are
are you doing
protecting
away
it,
from
how
your
much
post?
is protected, you know?
Yeah.
That's the question.
And next up is the Fianna, where I've modified their glyph to look a little bit more like a treble clef.
Yeah, and also I made the joke in a Hunter game that like someone scratched that like, oh, you made a mistake, something. You need another one. So yeah,
no, it's kind of hard to undo a fucking bark of wood that we carved for this one. We'll just keep it.
I'll say this looks like a treble clef, but it's missing that one line, and it's throwing me off.
And so it was.
No, we added, I think, only 2 for these ones. We added in the Nightmare Witches, who are Fianna that directly team up with the Unseelie Court and cause terror, for terror's sake.
Yep.
Awesome.
And the Bear Lords.
The Revenge of the Bear Lords. There was a whole segment in the Mind's Eye Theater Guide about the Fianna teaming up with the girl that never got expanded on. We're expanding it now. Where... Yeah, these are Fianna that love the girl to death and honor the memory of the Bear King of Scotland, who fought against the English the best he could until he eventually lost the war.
Scotland!
Exactly. These Fianna have never let that go.
The Fianna are very emotional creatures, and I kind of like that.
Very emotional.
I like that all the werewolves have like their favorite vampire they hang out with.
The girl or the werebears, you're thinking of the gangrel.
The gangrels.
Gangrel schmangrel.
That would be me. I'm
we activate the switch. We just poke the bear with Johnny and gangrel stuff.
I know vampires are evil, but these ones are my vampires. You can't touch them.
Don't worry.
Guys, don't trust the gangrel. They're all furries.
Oh, shut up. I was first in the band what I am, and I don't like what I am.
See, page...
get your yiff away from me.
Fuck you.
Page 52, that glyph is back. It's not a fucking swastika, you dumbass.
It is not.
Let's go!
It's the sign of the... It's the lupus glyph on top of the lupus glyph. That's what it's supposed to be.
So they're just
2 plus 2 equals 4, not the 5.
Yeah.
2 plus 2 is 4, not 5.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can think what you want, but you're wrong.
It's like you're the one projecting here. Loki's smile, removed from records. There's no such thing as the Loki smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
I don't know.
I mean, that would. It's kind of antithetical to the get mindset.
Yeah.
That didn't stop Reynard, now did it?
Now, Rapper, would you like to bring up the Song of Swarog?
Yes. Song of Svarog is the original camp, well, renamed, but the original concept that was supposed to be in part of Burning Crowns, but it turns out to get of Fenris kind. Well, everybody knows history that were the Vikings, there are the Ghetto Fenris. So when Ghetto Fenris came to Poland, they liked the place. And after, a few centuries in Poland, there was nearly war. So Ghetto Fenris was at home, I would say.
It's my place now.
Yeah. And they worship Svarog, aka Surtur, which is the fire giant, which is the Gaian spirit.
this big damn man who's on fire 24/7, who has all the fun war gifts.
Has majestic beard and big ass sword. That's him.
Exactly. And he will come during the day of Ragnarok to help smite the forces of the worm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah. And this camp specifically taken the burning crowns. They see the downfall. They say, "Holy crap, that's sad." And the Svarog say, "You need to get them to work to shape them into the warriors they meant to be, that they were from the past, the chosens of Luna, Helios, and Gaia herself, so they can fight in the Ragnarok / the Apocalypse 100%, 120%, I would say." So this camp just, the hype man and wingman at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So simply they take the burning crowns and they walk to the nearest war they can get, or the nearest nest of the banks they were, and they just walking and killing everything on its path, which is wormish. And this has hidden, and not meaning but hidden mission. When the war, the apocalypse is over, or before that, when the burning crowns come back on top, they think that the all of Ghetto Fenris will be the second man in command. So will be president and the general of the Garu nation.
Yep, you will fill the role that the Shell Lords used to fill before they stabbed them in the back,
with extra bonuses.
Yep.
Because true friendship is, we have saying like prawdziwego przyjaciela poznaje się w biedzie, which is you meet the true friend in poverty, so that could also attach them.
And
meet the true.
Very, very happy you made this, because this was a really good idea you came up with, Red.
Yeah, because when I said the idea, Johnny said like, "Oh, thank God, we said in the preview like they get the Fenris and burning crowns on bodies, but we couldn't know how to connect them." And I was like thinking about the Forges, which was the Song of Svarog itself at the first from burning crowns, and like who they will handle with. Trade with for money and resources in Europe specifically. Shadow Lords, no. Fianna, they're not really there. Maybe few. Children of Gaia, they do not fight. Black Furies, they will kill them on sight. So the Ghetto Fenris state. So that's how I connected the dots.
And our second camp would be the Verthir Fringe, the Umbra border patrol, so to speak. Making sure nobody gets in or nobody gets out of the Umbra without them knowing about it.
Ah, dang it, I gotta get my Umbra green card. Shucks. I lost it.
Where's my Moonbridge passport? Holy shit.
Next up, the Glasswalkers, planning to secede from the Union any day now, but not today. We have two camps for them. First of all, being the Power Jockeys. Something to know about American infrastructure, it sucks. So these guys are going in, making sure that no terrorist gets a hold of our power grid and shuts the entire country down, because that can happen. I mean, so much of the stuff that America runs off of is horribly, horribly outdated. Get on this. And second of all, they go in and actually do the infrastructure improvement themselves, saying, "You've got a crappy grid that can't support the city. We'll go in and we'll fix it for you."
Based.
They masquerade as contractors.
That sounds awesome.
Damn, we can use some of that now. Shit.
Are the Glasswalkers working with the Technocracy?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And y'all are also working with the Virtual Adepts and our other camp, the Virtual Saviors, that believe that the way we're going to survive the apocalypse is we're all going to make a cyberspace, upload our minds directly into it, and therefore just escape Gaia and the apocalypse.
Oh, that sounds like a really good way to get droned, you fucking idiot.
Exactly. And then we'll
Hey,
shoot
they
that
sound
satellite
better
on
than the
space.
Cyber Dogs.
Yeah,
They sound better than the Cyber
Not
Dogs.
by much.
Not by much, but it's better.
Yeah, well, Kyle, you just hate the Glasswalkers by
You're
default.
getting it right, I
so-
do. I'm Fiona. They're fucking weaver
I
cult.
love them.
Yeah, but I also hate them to be you know.
Hey,
upset.
a rare
Wrong.
day indeed
Times.
when a Wendigo and a Fiona agree on something.
I
Y'all
mean,
need to get with the times.
I hate
Glasswalkers
A little bit
best
more, but you know, Glasswalkers watch out.
I can think about at least two
And
other
that cyberspace thing kind of
Two others are what?
just
possible
annoying
scenarios with
back
glass
noise.
walkers.
Yeah. That cyberspace stuff kind of makes me think of Sword Art Online a little, even though I never watched it.
The abridged version is
Holy
a better
frick.
show overall.
Yes.
I'll sing
It's-
the
I'm
Soma.
not surprised.
And shall we go on to the Red Talons, because I gave these guys 3.
Oh, damn,
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, the
I
blood
love the Red
guzzlers
Talons,
were
which is-
already off to a great start.
the
Oh
Blood
my
Guzzlers.
goodness.
We drink human blood and heal from it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Exactly.
These
Oh
were
my.
that they thought the Kamazots were.
now think about who they got that idea from. Next up, technically not a camp, but the Kuche and Kudu mutineers, who are in the process of leaving the Guru Nation and forming their own little group in Africa. Ever since the Shellers took over, that was the last straw, and they decided that they weren't going to have anything to do with the nation anymore.
Aren't they already a part of the Adi, which is like the African beast
Hadi,
lords?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hadi, right.
Now they're making it
I
official.
mean,
They could be
but
two
yeah, these
things at once.
these guys sound cool because I love how the African painted dogs look.
It's a very aesthetically pleasing animal that will maul you to death.
Oh, they'll rip your stuff out from the anus first. While you're alive.
Is that true?
Yes, that's how
Holy
they kill their
shit.
big prey. They surround
Well,
it, and then they go for the anus, the soft part, and start pulling it out.
You
So-
never catch my caked up ass around Africa. Hell with
Holy
that,
crap.
man.
And look
If
how
you-
we
if
gonna
you-
made Fianna to Africa fund if you saying such things. Come on.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Look, I'm pretty looking, so I don't know what my arse chewed out by a fucking African painted dog.
You're surrounded by
I
the
can do it
Kuche and
for you.
Kudu. You got
My man.
you're surrounded by these dogs. You got what? You got a gun with you. Turn the gun on yourself before the dogs get a hold of you.
Basically.
True.
I would
At
rather
least-
be killed by nearly any other of the predators besides, because they just kill you and then they eat you. The African wild dogs
Exactly.
eat you while you're still alive.
Same
Yep.
thing
Oh,
with
yeah.
wolves.
It's the worst way you can die.
They want.
At least
they
leopards go for the throat.
Yeah.
They want to kill.
Well-
They want to see blood in their eyes and gore in their teeth. They
Well,
want
I'm
to see
saying I want to
burnt,
say
dead
burnt
bodies.
dead bodies.
How many?
That's all canids.
It's been a minute since we did an
Analysis
analysis
restaurant.
restaurant joke. So,
I'm gonna have to look that up eventually.
oh, good.
We'll post it later. See, next up, the Lunar Shepherds, who are the Red Talons who send humans to space. Yes. They say, thanks to that cosmonaut they met in 1968, that humans going to space sounds like a good idea. So they have a rite where they will send a man to space, and he never comes back.
They
Yeah, they
die.
teleport
He's
them.
dead.
They don't know it. It's just a social experiment.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like that
There's
Dead
a-
Kennedy song, One Way Ticket to Pluto.
You can be anywhere, but you can't be here.
Yes.
How would
have
you
to
react
go
to
home.
knowing there's humans on the moon because of them?
Makes me think of the scene from that movie Hancock, where like the mean little Swiss kid is being a jerk to Hancock, keeps on calling him an asshole. He's like, asshole. And then Hancock's all like, call me an asshole one more time. He's like, asshole. It cuts him off and just
He
flings him up
throws
to
him into the
space.
atmosphere, yeah. That movie was such a fucking trip, dude.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's awesome.
and lastly, for the Red Talons, we have the Second Slayers, where it's not enough to kill a human the first time, you gotta kill the ghost too.
Yeah,
So-
because imagine you
just
kill the
fucking
guy and he's
cruel.
whining in your ears. You just kill the
No,
guy like,
the
oh
one-
yeah, that's good.
The one idea I liked in the book for the Black Talons, Jesus Christ, the Red Talon was the plague dog. They're
Yes.
just carrying diseases they bring in near humans.
Yes. And behold, the genocide begins.
That actually is not. That's some rat kid shit right there.
Yeah, they took the
Oh,
page from the
gosh.
Ratkin book.
They have good ideas. See,
They like
Next up-
murder Ratkin in the War of Rage. Like, holy shit, that's not a bad idea. Let me
got-
let me write it.
Yeah, humans have very weak immune systems. You could just like spread a bubonic plague again.
All you gotta do is shit in their food, and all of a sudden, like 3 billion of them die. It's great.
would you like to hear about the camps we made for the Summon Vion?
Out of curiosity, did you make anything for the Croatoa?
The Croatoa.
The
I'm not
Croatan are dead, but they'll be
I
coming
read-
back eventually.
God damn it! I meant the other two,
Krakatoa.
Wendigo and the
Uktena.
Ictena. Yeah, we got some for the Ictena.
Yes, the utensils.
Utensils. Yes.
I thought
What is-
it's like
Summon
Croatian. I
Vion.
thought about.
We hold that thought until we get to Ictena.
Sorry.
Alright.
We got the Finder's Pin, where once again that's grow the family. They want this family to be big, big, big. You gotta grow the family. The Hands of Purity, who are a reverse to Pentex. They masquerade as this eco group where it's all about cleaning up the environment, cleaning up cities, when really it's a Summon Vion psyop where they're all using this charity as a disguise in order to enact the will of the Weaver, the Wild, and the Balance Worm instead.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So you should totally
And-
donate to that link on your Instagram page of the Tree Foundation. That's actually the Summon Vion.
It's-
They're not going to steal
the
your bank
Jailers of
information.
Spirals. The Jailers of Spirals who imprison Black Spiral Dancers in the Umbra and keep them jailed there until the track worm dies, hoping that in doing so, the Black Spiral Dancers will be redeemed and the curse will fade away.
Wow, so the Summon Vion take the push page from the Uktena book and they seal something that will release them and bite them in the ass.
Yeah, we're going to keep it in the Umbra this time.
At least he won't reincarnate.
I hope that happens. The Ninth Avatars. I forgot to mention with the Summon Vion. Their avatar is Peacock, a guy who has a direct lifeline to Shiva and Vishnu. More so Vishnu than Shiva. And he's this messenger of the gods. He knows about Vishnu. He's traveled with them. And the Ninth Avatars are a group of Summon Vion that say, we need to be the ninth avatar of Vishnu. We need to be the role of Krishna. We need to go into the world and save it from itself because we are living in the end times. So doing God's work, the camp.
Okay, so the camp spirit is Gary Oldman from Cook for Panda 2. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it.
See, you gotta love him. Lord Shem is a great villain. The Shiva
Yeah.
Ugavadi, who are the extremely militant group of the Summon Vion that say that the worm has spectacularly failed. See you soon, Victor. We'll see you next episode. Who are
Hey,
the group of Summon Vion that say the worm has failed spectacularly. This is deeply based off of Shaivanism, which was the group of Hinduism that I was considering joining back when I found God when I was 20. And they put emphasis on Lord Shiva, the necessary destruction. In order for stuff to be made, stuff has to be destroyed. So the Shiva Ugarvadi are going out destroying so stuff can be rebuilt in a positive way, rather than the worm's destruction for the sake of destruction. And lastly, we have the Yaoguai Sholi, a massive army that collaborates with the Ravnos and the Stargazers in order to push back the Kuei Jin.
All right, tight.
Do they get
Yeah, how come?
occasionally support from Azamite? I mean, no,
Exactly.
not in this year, because
What up? Oh, fuck.
Okay, there he
He's
is.
back.
Sorry.
He
Yep.
has returned.
Little hiccup.
Yeah.
We're good.
Next, let's do the Show Lords next.
Hang on. What was Rap Red saying about the
The Assamites could help, but they're not doing it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they don't have numbers because Banu Hakim. Yeah, because Banu Hakim.
Yep.
That's it.
You can also call upon your fellow Uyghur Assamite to help you.
Yeah.
Because
Ursogi himself.
yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You need a
Go
lot of
on.
money and a lot of blood.
Call upon the Shell Lords with the Camarilla Death Parade. And Shell Lords who directly collaborate with the Camarilla are in the Havens and are working for vampires. Working with vampires, sorry. So, all the power is yours. We're talking about the
You're
Mafia
gonna
world.
get banned.
Camarilla Death Parade sounds like a really interesting band name.
Yep, that would be a good
That-
band name.
That's
I
what
mean,
I was
Death
thinking
Parade
about.
is like name of one anime, right? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't watch
but the
it.
gambling anime.
There is also
Yeah.
the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Next up, the Eclipse Envoys. You want to take over the Ivory Priesthood? That's what the Eclipse Envoys are doing. Now the Shell Lords have to deal with Luna and her bullshit. You want to leave? This is what happens to you.
I hope you get cursed next.
See,
Sorry,
Next up-
Edwin. You don't have easy.
next
I would
up,
like a certain silver thing. It's like, you know
No,
what? Maybe not having Luna isn't that bad. This actually is a bit
I
of a
can
blessing.
finally take a day off.
I mean, without Luna, you don't have rage, so yeah.
Well, Helios is bound to give you something. We'll see what that guy's selling.
Well, despite all my rage, I'm still just a Redditor page.
Next up, the Masks. The Shell Lords who are seeking out the Nittuku so they can work with the Nittuku. You know,
Okay.
Absimilliard.
We need more fucking goddamn.
So now, because of that pact, they're now in a pact where they're constantly trying to appease and gain control over the Nittuku. Congratulations. You just signed a devil deal you can't get out of.
Yeah.
And then lastly, the Society of Needhog, who are definitely not real and are not intentionally trying to cause Gehenna, because they think in doing so, the apocalypse will happen the same day and they can control it if they get control over Gehenna. And it's not real.
Wasn't
It's
there-
not real camp. Don't worry
Wasn't
about it.
there a character like this
Fine.
in the Rage Across Russia book?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a bastard. I remember him.
And they
Question.
made a camp.
You removed the camp.
Yeah,
Was-
because it's not real, right? It's not real.
No,
not
it
Needhog.
totally doesn't exist.
Children of the Bat was removed because they don't feel sorry about killing Kamazats. So the children of
'cause
the
fuck-
Bat are removed.
This stupid plotline. I hate that. So yeah, no Children of Bat and no Lazarite movement, but we did bring back the Mask and a Society of Needhog. So fair trade.
Yes.
Next up, the Sun Striders. We begin with the Rivals, who are in a race with the Euthanatos, the Adjustment Bureau, in can we kill this mark before the Euthanatos steal it, and can we steal from the Euthanatos? So, a literal death race is what this camp is based around.
I'm on board.
Because, guess what game was on my mind when I made this one, Kyle?
Killer 7? No, not
No
Killer
More
7.
Heroes.
No More Heroes?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the whole confrontation between Travis and Henry at the end of the game. That's what inspired that
No more
camp.
heroes anymore.
And next up, we got the Spirit Detectives, who are directly working with the Legion of Paupers in order to solve cases involving the underworld or whatever part of Stygia you're talking about.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that is
Noir
just-
game in the city of ghosts and raves.
There it is.
Literally,
You have-
there is no color in the in the studio. You are in Noir movie.
and now you have the Yu Yu Hakusho werewolf game. And then we have the tourists, who are exploring every inch of the Umbra and making a map of it. Because it feels like that would just be something that would be really useful to have in the Umbra.
I mean, the Umbra changes as well constantly, so they need to update the maps.
Yeah, you got a lot of work to do when you're a tourist.
They have the Google Maps car driving through with like 50 cameras duct taped to it.
And next up, Stargazers. Let's see. I added the Celestial Apothecaries because we have 2,200 years of Chinese medicine that was not touched upon in the Stargazers book. So, behold, you want medicine, you want Chinese medicine, now it's in the game.
Magic.
Behold. See. Along with that, the Fusan Katang, who are very similar to the World Tree, but instead they're hanging around the World Tree to gain enlightenment. And they're trying to eventually break the cycle of reincarnation and reach nirvana, whatever that might be for a werewolf.
I love how you have all these assholes just sitting around the tree. Meanwhile, you've got the best of the children of Gaia, like tearing apart a Nexus crawler right in front of them. Like, you assholes can help. We're right fucking here.
No.
We're trying to ascend.
Enlightenment, bro. You got it.
Good Lord. That would piss me off if I was a fucking defending the world tree, the child of Gaia, and I just see this asshole sitting there beneath the tree. Oh my god, I would hit him with the leg of the Nexus crawler after I'd kill it. Why did you do that? Motherfucker, do you see what I've been doing here for the past half hour?
I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
I'd hit him again.
It's not going to matter if you're dead.
Well, a part of reincarnation is the death. They kind of have to do that to reincarnate.
Oh my god!
It is a part of the cycle of life.
See, we brought back the Glass Speed game players. Yep. Glad these guys are back.
Of 12 werewolves.
Yep. And the last one I added for them was... I added two more. The Yue Lao Hui, who are trying to save China and the entirety of East Asia from their horribly, horribly declining birth rates. So, much like the Athena and Amarada in a lot of ways, but specifically involving Asia and trying to get people to start families again.
No. You can't make me breed.
No, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to.
I don't want to have babies. You can't make us.
It was the one child only policy, and then it wound up fucking over China.
China? I don't want to have kids in that reality.
I'm gonna say this: there's always the cabbage right, or the salad right.
I know the government. China's basically. I believe China's going to start like forcing them to have kids. I'm not looking for
a gun.
The Chinese government will pay you to have a child. Yeah, there it is. And next up, the Zero Stars. Definitely did not get this idea from Kamen Rider. Where Behold is the world's strongest stargazer and his apprentice. And it's a camp of 2 wolves. And that's it.
Yeah. And the next tribe is Krakatoa.
Well, no, it's the Athena. It's right here.
The Sokotoa. Yeah. See, we have the Athena. We added the Buccaneers, the pirate Athena.
Let's go.
You want to take to the 7 seas and go wild? You can do so.
Bro, I fucking love pirates.
The pirate werewolf, you get your 2 favorite things combined into one. They're looking for Donald Trump's buried treasure.
I'm gonna have him run around like Jack Sparrow the whole time, just like with his arms
I have
out.
a tremendous pile of treasure. I saw the One Piece. The One Piece is real. You'll never find it.
Yes, it was me who found the One Piece, and I found it very swiftly, swifter than any president had ever done before.
Road poneglyphs, that's easy. Everyone get a road poneglyph, I tell you.
Next up, we have the Dream Chasers. You remember the Nuninhi, right? Behold, we have an entire camp dedicated to improving Nuninhi populations and relationships.
All right, nice.
I thought you
Now
were
that-
to say Naninihi. Remember the pronunciation.
Yeah, the nun. Yeah,
The
emphasize the
nun.
nun part. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Maybe it's my accent, but I don't know.
I think that's it. I only add those two
All right.
because really the Actina have all the bases covered.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is new symbol of the Uktana. I just want to say.
And
Or no.
the Wendigo. Oh, by the way, I changed the glyph of the Actina. If you didn't notice that,
All right, hang on. Let me scroll back up there.
where
Yeah, it's a
the
very.
original Actina glyph, the book that taught about the glyphs had no explanation for the Actina glyph. It said this is a symbol that's so old nobody in Actina knows what it means anymore. So okay, fuck you. So I made that. I took it. I edited it. I made it a stitch pattern, and I put that over the Gaia sigil. And this is supposed to be the Actina are a camp about the unity of racial minorities, where anyone that's subjugated or treated like shit within their own land, the Actina are there to help get you on your feet, and you have a community with the Actina. That's what the glyph was going for.
And you can't be white. That's the one thing.
You gotta be
I think the whole
biracial.
thing was
And-
invented from
And
European
you
stock.
could
You know what?
At least the old ones, you could have changed it, but I'm pretty sure they still call white people the worm bringers, and they don't take from
Wormcomers.
Wormcomers and
Wormcomers.
Wormbringers.
Yeah.
Wormcomers. Wormcomers is a Wendigo thing. Wormbringers is Uktana.
And speaking of the Wendigo, we added
Yeah.
2 camps with them.
And new glyph.
New glyph, I modeled it after the Nunavut Nation's actual icon.
Ah.
So there we go. Because the original glyph just didn't look like anything to me. I think it was Eden who told me it was supposed to be like a wolf jumping across the moon, but it just didn't look like that. And see, the thing is, with the Wendigo, we kept it simple. We added the Spiral Stalkers, who are looking for black spiral dancers who are infiltrating the Nunavut Nation as spies and are quickly executing them.
Good shit.
And then lastly, the Wall of Frost, which is a massive garrison around the Nunavut Nation, preventing anyone from invading it. And are building the nation from within. Specifically, the Umbra. We're going to have the giant ice castle in the Umbra that nobody gets to be a part of, except for
That's
them.
cool.
Yeah.
It's the Fortress of Solitude. God, Jinx,
Yeah.
show me a Coke.
But
I was thinking about
I'm not gonna
that
buy
too.
it because I'm on different continent. Jinx on you.
Fucking
but,
Venmo me $2 to buy me a Coke.
I don't have Venmo. I use Blink, motherfucker.
I don't know, whatever works.
And kind of scroll down to page 97. We have a helpful grid for you.
Yes. I showed this at the
If you
start of the
wanna know
video
what-
just to show all like the cool new stuff that's there.
Yeah, if you want to know what the tribes think of each other, this is your little guide for it.
Yes. You got like a full grid of very small text.
Yeah.
Are you guys in the player handbook?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know
And
what
then-
page?
Page
97 is
97
where
on the
the
PDF.
grid is. Yes.
97. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
This is useful.
So there you go. You get to see all the people that the Red Talons hate.
Like all of them.
They're
All
very
of them.
hateful people,
Want to
you know.
kill, strongly hate.
Yeah.
Want to like?
Yeah, of course,
They
the
love
only
the
one they
Wendigo,
love
they want
are
to
the
like the Black
Wendigo.
Furies.
like but wary for the Children of Gaia.
Yeah. No, that's the Burning Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
We like
then below
our
that we have-
red brothers.
No one likes the
Well, then we have-
Glasswalkers.
nobody.
of course not.
nobody.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
right. You're all haters. That means we're right.
Motherfuckers be like it costs nothing to be kind, as if being a hater ain't free.
Yes, I love.
And let's see. Then we have below that the list of unusual allies. If you want to mix splats, this is where you go for it.
I actually really like this section.
Yeah, I put the Bagheera in here, even though I did not give a stat block to the Bagheera.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So yeah, the Verbena, like I was talking before, with the Black Furies. But then you go into Bonars with their relationship with the Nosferatu, the Burning Crown, talking with the She about how we're both kings and nobody really wants to listen to. The Gea Fenris, and they're not really an ally, so to speak, more like a rival that they do admire to an extent. The Church of Saint Leopold.
Why Jesus bless you, Robert?
Yeah. And see the Stargazers. I struggled with the Stargazers on that one because, yeah, you can kind of tell, but yeah, pretty much any and all beast courts, and I imagine them getting along well with wraiths because, you know, metempsychosis, enlightenment, those are concepts that are going way heavy on the mind of a wraith.
Yes.
And below that, it's your character creation guide, starting from page 104 all the way down is how you build your character, along with what your attributes mean, what having that many dots in an attribute is supposed to mean, and a skill is supposed to mean, along with all the different skills, and your banned stuff in terms of backgrounds, where this is stuff that you can't take because certain tribes don't respect certain things. Like the Red Talons, for example. No backgrounds available for allies, context, resources, or kinfolk who aren't wolves, for example.
I mean, allies? I think that's harsh a little bit.
Yeah. No allies. No allies.
When they go, it's right there. They can take allies.
When they go, Schmin they go.
Oh no, you
well,
did
allies are specifically human friends.
Exactly. Along with other friends you have from other splats. And
okay.
Like that, you're starting gifts. All of your stuff is available here. And finally, below that would be, starting on page 140, your camp bonuses. Aha, there we go. Your incentive for picking a camp.
Yes.
So, there you go. You enjoy what I did with the Amazon stuff, Diana.
Let me get down there first, because there's a fucking lot in this book. This book is goddamn stacked to the rafters, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've been busy.
I'm gonna say that's the books.
Hang on, Amazon's of Diana, right?
Yeah.
Within 30 feet of a male werewolf in combat and moves after them in combat order, they gain an extra level of damage to their attacks. What the hell?
Kill the man.
They need. I mean, male werewolf in combat, but as an ally or as an enemy, like, you know, they show that they are better than men, or they fight the men.
Yeah. It's more like the Amazons of Diana say that men suck and we're better than them in every way.
It's like, yeah, that was pretty cool. Now watch this shit.
Yeah.
And so, we'll go over the Gea Fenris, the whole things with the Gea Fenris, just for an example. Because after all, this is the most popular of all the tribes.
See, even the hater is even the popular within the haters. So yeah.
See, with the Gea Fenris, Fangs of Garm, these werewolves have one additional level to empathy. Empathy can't go past level 5. Glorious Fist of Wotan. These werewolves, when fighting minions of the worm on the material plane, aka the Tellurian, make their attacks with one additional dice. Hand of Tyr. These werewolves begin the game with one extra level in melee that can't go past level 5. Additionally, these werewolves can use two-handed weapons with a single hand. Loki's Smile. You begin the level with an additional level of subterfuge. Automatically starting at level 5, it can't rise past 6. Mjolnir's Thunder. The werewolves are immune to Fox Frenzy, which is just good to have.
Yes.
Song of Swarog. These werewolves can learn gifts from the Burning Crown for 2 less experience points.
That's kind of neat.
Which experience point would be the same as their own gifts, or no?
I think that's about
yes.
what that is.
Yeah, there's a small upcharge if you're getting a gift out of your camp, but it's fine.
Yeah. But now it's like the same. Okay.
Yeah. The Valkyria Freya. These rolls within 15 feet of a Black Fury make their rolls with 1 additional dice. Let's see. The Fear Fringe. These rolls begin the game with 1 additional point of permanent willpower. And Ymir Sweat. These rolls, when interacting with a Wendigo on friendly terms, roll 1 additional dice to all their checks.
That's kind of tight.
Yeah.
All of your fun stuff. And finally, below that, we got, starting on page 148, your merits and your flaws.
And there is a lot.
We have easy stuff like common sense, where that's just always good to have. And some of the fun ones I want to get into.
What number did you just say?
148.
Ah.
See, that's what I was on.
Holler following along like we studying for a test, bro.
Yes.
Props to her.
What I really want to get into is the flaws, where some of the flaws I put in here, such as page 153, love of pain. Your werewolf is stimulated by pain. Your werewolf will never make a dodge check, but stamina rolls will be with additional dice, and you would gain an extra point of temporary willpower when you take damage. No dodge checks for you.
Hang on, this is where?
Page 153.
Oh yeah, love of pain. So you basically just become a masochist.
Yes. Along with that, there's another fun one that you'll be seeing Ends the Road using when we play Ridge Cross Appalachia. Yeah, there it is, page 155. Arrest warrant. There's a warrant out for the arrest of your werewolf. All social interaction checks made with law enforcement automatically fail, and NPCs who regularly watch the news will recognize your character and will likely contact authorities.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
Up that by 2 more points, and you get Death Warrant, where a Pentex first team is constantly being sent after you.
I mean, you could farm on the first team for XP.
There we go. It's going to be a lot of fighting.
Before we move on, can we revisit the merits?
Which merit are you looking at?
In the core rulebook, you said Krynos form is about 12 feet tall.
Yes.
What would you size increase it to?
I don't think so. It increased only homage, but in the previous edition that was. I don't know now.
So here. In terms of increasing your size, I'd say it'll be... We'll put you at 7 feet tall.
8 feet tall in Hamid form, weighs close to 400 pounds.
Yeah. 7 or 8.
How big would Krynos form be then?
Let's see. Krynos form, that will go from anywhere between 10 and 12 to 12 and 14.
Okay.
Size matters, buddy.
Maybe 15 if you're Gav Fenris. And then if you're wondering what our experience point table looks like, page 157 is the table you're looking for. And there we go. There's your explanation for it.
Yep.
And we've got about 12 more minutes. We've got enough time to talk about some of the totems.
Yep.
So this is the part I had to AI generate because this is 41 pictures I needed made. There's no way I could afford that out of my own pocket, and there's no way I could settle one artist or a group of artists with that much work that I needed done that quickly. So I need this to be churned out reliably and ethically. So
without to consult Digital Eye.
Yeah. So yeah, we had to do that. So starting with page 160, you get an entire page dedicated to your totems.
Yes.
See.
That looks demonic.
Yep. You think Pegasus
looks
scary
beautiful?
Looking?
It does. Yeah. That looks like a sick tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. Now in the comic, she has these like SoundCloud rapper tattoos on her face where it's all these different stars. we couldn't get that to show up though. See. So you can just like scroll through this and see all the different totems we added in.
Yeah, Medusa, Rat, which looks nightmarish.
Raccoon looks. Raccoon is boss. He's him. Raccoon is him.
He looks like
Oh,
fucking
money.
He
Rocket's
looks like
Raccoon, but
Rocket.
with grip. Rocket Raccoon with money.
Rocket Raccoon's gangster cousin.
Yeah.
And we looked up an name for
Richie
nothing on this
Raccoon.
guy.
Richie Raccoon. That's his name.
Yep. Richie Raccoon.
Do you have the general
Well,
Lee
him
in
is-
here or no?
Not him though.
Damn.
Well, he'll be added in the expansion pack. Don't worry.
Gotcha.
So you go Red Dragon.
Right, he's
The-
black.
Yep, he is.
We did fucking
The
red.
red-
We did fucking grayscale for the images here.
Yeah, I
In World Darkness tradition. See, Phoenix, I really like how that came out.
Yeah, Phoenix looks cool.
See, and Unicorn. For some reason, Unicorn took so many tries for me and Sean to get one, because it was Sean's subscription because I didn't own a subscription at the time. But we got like the most nightmarish shit we could think of for Unicorn, and like this was like attempt 7, and finally we got a picture for Unicorn that we could use.
This
What was it painted by MLP art?
No.
The only reason I know about that is because I played the Hearts of Iron 4 mod for it.
Good lord. Dude, Unicorn in this image looks like that meme about like the guy talking to a horse and he's like, "Man, I'm so hungry," and the horse goes, "How hungry?"
What kind of mans do you see?
Oh, on what?
What kind of memes do you see?
Dude, my Twitter is unhinged, bro.
I don't use Twitter, that's why I'm sane here.
Now check out page 168 for a minute. Asterius. See. So Black Unicorn is cool, but I wanted like the totem of the Apis to come back for this. So we got Asterius, the last living Apis, who died and generation totem. And there he is.
I mean, it looks mean
He's
as shit.
Your totem of respect.
Background costs
Where-
7 though.
Yeah, exactly. But look at his benefits.
Yep. 2 levels in etiquette and melee. Wielding a staff, all attack rolls and attempts to parry are made at reduced difficulty.
Exactly. And you gotta use your rage for just purposes.
Yep.
And then
Sorry, I
Hearn
got a
came
bit
out
of
weird.
admin. I'm just laughing
What?
at what can be a totem is just hilarious to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he starts on normal like animals, mystical animals, mythologies, and then we're slowly starting to become a fucking jet plane.
Exactly.
Oh wait, do you have
You're
Clashing
looking
Boom
at
Boom
Clashing
here?
Boom Boom.
Yes,
Yeah,
I love
Clashing
it.
Boom Boom's in there. Yeah. So scroll all the way. I like how Cockroach came out too. Page 175.
He looks great. He looks weaverish.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was our first attempt too.
Yeah. That looks like an album cover. That's fucking crazy.
Like
Bro,
Crawford.
Gammon.
Then
Cockroach
right
Gammon.
below that. Yep. Right below that is Crushing Boom Boom.
Yeah, Clashing
But
Boom
that,
Boom.
she started in Rome, but has evolved.
Yes. She's reinvented herself how many times by this point?
She
Fucking Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like,
what, she started as a chariot or some
Oh.
shit?
Clutching Boom Boom is Digimon, I think.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Digimon's the one with the guns.
The one with the guns and completely horrendous evolution system that I cannot comprehend.
Dude, if for whatever reason you guys take Clashing Boom Boom as a totem, it's just gonna play Cowboys from Hell the whole time.
What's that airplane? That classic airplane that makes the really big noise.
Oh,
going
the
on?
A10 Warthog?
A10 Warthog, like, oh, I love to make that noise and it just comes in.
Although technically the 30mm Gatling cannon actually is subpar compared to the 20mm Vulcan as far as sounds go. Like, just listen to the sound recordings of like a Sea Whiz or a M163 Vulcan air defense system.
Eden's on
check-
point with our gun facts for tonight.
Yep.
Gunfight. He is a cyber dog.
That's true.
Until you
Yeah.
deleted them.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta become a virtual savior now.
Or
I
Might do the
I
Black
see
Widow
all
mention now.
the wolf of the woods, and it says former tribal totem.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yep.
like the history was like he was before Griffin. So that's
Yep.
wild.
Yeah, he got kicked out in favor of Falcon.
See,
Falcon?
yeah,
Griffin.
that was a Reed totem.
Yep. He used
the
to be in charge of the Silver Fangs until he got kicked out in favor of fucking Falcon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
there is Griffin here, and there's tribe red talons. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, Griffin comes in. And old Wolf of the Woods has to play second fiddle to him.
I don't know, old Wolf of the Woods looks fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's old, of course.
Yep.
Oh,
Looks
there's
like
a
he's
big
past
back.
his prime and is about to just tear people's throats out just to
Yes.
prove he's still got it.
Yes. Page 180 is Peacock, by the way.
That's actually, yeah. Oh, that looks cool. I love
Yeah.
the splashes.
He's like descending down a staircase of his own wings.
Yeah, and that's funny because when you look like above his head, when there are his like feathers, there is like I don't know, his shadow or smoke that look like very cartoonish looking wolf head.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
See, if you're wondering who Nandi is, that's the Mount of Shiva in myth. I say myth in Hinduism.
Yep.
Yeah, he rides that into battle, and then Nandi, while Shiva's absent, has taken over his job as trainer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if the Khan would get I wonder if the Khan would get along with the Samavian.
They should. I mean, the Khan just stick to themselves, and the Summon Vine have no reason to aggravate them.
Mm.
See, below that, we got the Gandharvas. You have you remember the Muses from the Black Furies? We took them and we gave them to the Summon Vine.
Ah.
In the form of the Gandharvas, you have
6,333 separate bodies.
Yep.
Is this what's going to happen to Freddy?
Yeah. We'll take your body and we'll split you into multiple people.
Oh, dude. Fucking Colt's going to have a time trying to put that back together.
Not so long. I see Wendigo and he looks like he's melting down, and I'm scared of him.
It's
always Wendigo.
spooky
I
in
love
this
the
one.
fact that you did a cultural thing. Hummingbird is for war.
Yeah, exactly. Because hummingbirds are mean too. They fight each other
For
all the
real?
time. Yeah. My mom has a bird feeder out on her porch, and the birds will fight each other for rights to that feeder.
Bro, do you not understand? If smaller you are, the fiercer you are. That's the rule of nature.
Chihuahua rules.
Wait, hummingbirds are responsible for Pentex in the Amazon?
There we go.
What?
Sounds like hummingbirds actually a servant of the worm.
Great
So was Great Uctena.
Great Uctena looks terrifying.
Yeah, Uctena.
Yeah, Great Wendigo looks freaky as well.
He
Caribou
looks like he
just
was
looks
melting
dumb.
ice cream.
Oh wow.
The Wendigo looks like he melted ice cream was thrown in his face, which is very sad for me.
Yeah.
Caribou is like
What?
this sex pest with googly eyes.
You
What
imagine
is
with
caribou?
Yeah, Caribou looks dumb.
That
You know
was
they
our
gained
10th
one level in
attempt.
appearance.
That was our
Yeah.
10th attempt at making a damn caribou. We said, "Fuck it, we're done. We're moving on to someone else."
Dogs at least look
I
good.
think you used the wrong art style.
Yeah,
And
I think you had it set to DreamWorks.
that hair looks amazing.
yeah, hair, Bugs Bunny,
Yeah.
right?
Makes money. There is
Yes.
wait a minute because I have to see if there is. Oh, I thought there will be goose, but no, you are too scared of
No.
it.
No, we had to kick out Goose in favor of Dolphin.
Yeah. You can say that. You have personal
That-
beef with goose.
That fucker who chased me down the parking lot.
No.
And then lastly, we have Sakta for your Black Fury Shellor tribe. Background cost 11, dude.
Jesus Christ.
And then below that, we have our pre-made characters.
Hold up. All Ragabash gifts are reduced in XP by half. Jesus.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And below that is our pre-made characters. You want a pre-made Elmira? You can play as her.
Yep.
I mean, there's
There
a
she
type,
is.
but there's a name. It's like archetype. Maybe
There's
he's
my
an archetype.
boy, Scapegoat Sage.
Yep, it's you. It's you dumbass.
Yep.
The sneering imperialist in the form of Damon Scorn.
Yep.
Nanda Many Colors as the Sept teacher. And then we got Grim at the very bottom.
Yeah. I liked his picture in, I don't know if it's scorebook or no.
Bigger,
It's-
badder
there is-
wolf.
Yeah, bigger, better wolf. But
Yes.
there is an art that he just picks up the trash
dumpster.
container, the dumpster, like in campaign, and he's ready to throw. Like, it's in
Yeah.
dynamic pose, and I like it.
I mean, that's all you find in the game.
Yeah, yeah. But also, I'm gonna say it. I don't know if anyone gonna agree with me. And the roads looks like Lucario from Pokemon.
No,
got them
I
hips.
100% agree with you, and I think it's really funny.
She's got the hips. I did not ask her for her to be that bottom heavy, but then Lone drew it that way, and well, I didn't like it.
Bro, Appalachia's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for,
well-
Mm-hmm.
Autumn Leaves to literally hate everybody that I put in the game.
I mean,
Exactly.
he was gonna pretend to not kill them at first, you know. He's Philodox. He has a mind to it. He has a
You know,
grace to it.
The massive weight of issues that are weighing on Insel Road's mind.
How many
Don't-
abandoned mines are you going to go splunking in?
Don't worry, I'm sure I'll find a way to, make it terribly fucked up later in the game. I think this game's going to
And-
last a lot longer than I think it's going to.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah,
So that's our product,
we're gonna-
everybody.
Yeah, we
We're
have
gonna-
a whole ass rule book. If you want to play the new and improved version of Werewolf the Apocalypse, we have the links to that in the Discord, and we're likely going to post it as well somewhere else. And we have the core rulebook and the player's guide for your enjoyment with all the cool, juicy lore and all of the things you need to build a werewolf.
Yeah,
And-
at the end of the day, you can throw it out the window.
Yeah, do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. You want roll for
And-
damage? Go for it. You want
See, and
silver fangs? Come on, get it.
And Lieutenant Segment sent me a letter for Victor, but I think because he popped up, let's just go ahead and let's just post that in the description.
yeah. Definitely.
See, I'll go ahead and I'll copy that text for you.
So yeah,
See,
play werewolf.
and thank you, Eden. Thank you, Rep Red. Thank you, Western Howler, and thank you, Shani, for coming out today.
Yes, thank you
Welcome
all
to
very
no
much
problem.
for coming out.
This book sounds amazing. Both these books are really great.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, just
Play the
Couldn't
burning
have done
it
ground.
without you,
Play the
folks.
ghetto fan race. Destroy the worm, everybody.
And of course, thank you to everybody who subscribed to us. Thank you for all the input we got. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the hate.
all the comments,
All-
all the likes,
All
the
the hate you
dislikes.
send my way makes me
all-
stronger.
Yes. Thank you all for being here. God bless you. So,
And this is not the end. We got more. This is going to be a living game that I'm going to make more stuff with.
Yep.
Along with Kyle, Ryan, and everyone else in Galliard Group, along with people in the server. Feel free to send in submissions.
don't worry. I'm gonna write my cringe fanfic and write, lore books like we got for Warhammer sooner or later.
Yeah. We're
And
gonna
we'll see you
say,
soon.
see, yeah.
See ya.
So, say what?
I don't know. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Take
night.
care and drink water, everybody.
Good night.
All right.